Cabisto Field at Memorial Stadium in Lawrence, Kansas, home to the national champions in basketball and a team that had just one loss a year ago. The temperature is 82 degrees. It is gorgeous here, 44% humidity, and a beautiful night for football, and glad you're with us here on Fox College Sports. Kansas will kick it off to start this game, and how about another sold-out crowd from Memorial Stadium, their second already this year.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. The crowd's here. They're into this, and they understand it. You know, talking with Coach Mangino, he said the one thing about his players, they were mad after that loss. In the past, they might have forgot about it. This team doesn't.
KU kicks it away, and we are underway. And that will roll in the end zone. A generous roll for the Jayhawks. And so Sam Houston State will have our first possession of this ball game, and they'll take it on the 20-yard line. And pleading his case down there, you can see Stanley Garrett, who's a junior for the Bearcats. And there's a look at the quarterback. Very good one, Rhett Bomar, 6'2", 220-pounder, a senior from Grand Prairie, Texas. He's averaged close to 300 yards of offense in his career at Sam Houston State. He's a guy that can really wing it around the football field.
And also a guy who had a major operation in November last year, missed the last 3 games, torn ACL. Let's see how he holds up physically.
Romar will hand it off the first time through, and it's a pickup of 5 for Sam Houston State. On the carry, that was James Aston, the 5'8" junior out of Katy, Texas. And he is a load, 5'8", but nearly 210 pounds. A pickup of 7, and there's a look at the offensive line. Who stands out for you?
On the offensive line, without a doubt, is Nick Grimes, the left guard, number 53, and also Hunter Schmidt, 78, the right guard.
Bomar from the shotgun on 2nd and 3 picks up the first down over the middle. And stepping out of bounds and then forced that way at the 38. Touching the ball again is James Aston. So he's been the offense so far in the first 2 plays. Let's meet the Kansas defense. Caleb Blakesley is a fan favorite defensive tackle for the Jayhawks. Mortensen in the middle, the linebacker from California, and then the secondary without Talib, who went to the National Football League. Little screen set up and brought down at the 40-yard line is Justin Wells, the receiver from Huntsville, Texas. So good start here for Sam Houston State.
Yeah, moving the ball around, getting the ball out of Rhett Bomar hands quick. But I'll tell you what, the big question mark right now is I want to see is this front 4. Caleb Blakesley, Richard Johnson. This is where Coach Mangino was talking to us this week. Need improvement in terms of getting pressure on the quarterback.
Bomar led the Southland Conference in total offense last year, nearly 300 yards a game.
On the offense, number 3 was playing deep in the huddle. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Referee tonight is Buddy Gringus. Some of these officials from the Big 12. It is a sea of blue and red here at Memorial Stadium in Lawrence, Kansas. Sold out. And why not after the season they're coming off of just a season ago?
A magical season, to say the least, last year. We were here, we saw him against Baylor, and it all started that day.
Bomar is under center for the first time. Wants to throw. Good protection. Sideline, almost picked off. Whoa, Justin Thornton was there, the safety.
Yeah, playing that cover 2. He read that all the way. And I'll tell you what, the receiver was open. I thought Isaiah Barfield was actually beat step by step on this. But watch the time he gets in the pocket, delivers. It looks like it's going to be a strike. But I'll tell you what, great job by the free safety. Justin Thornton sitting there, just reading the quarterback's eyes, going up for the highest point for the ball, almost coming away with the interception.
Looking for Houston, the wide receiver down that far sideline. Big play here, 3rd down and 11 for Sam Houston State. Bomar rolling to his right. Near a first down. That's going to be awfully close depending on how they mark it. Very, very close. Katron Houston with the reception. And so that's going to be close depending on the mark. And right now as we see it, it looks to be about a half foot short.
Brett Bomar just rolling out of the pocket and again finds Chris Lucas, and that's going to be close, but as you said, he came up just 6 inches short on that play.
How about the zip from Bomar so far?
Yeah, he looks all right to me. They were worried about whether he'd be able to run with that knee, but he looks healthy, flexible, moving outside the pocket, and he got a great arm.
Derek Raymer, who is the second-team punter, will kick it away from his own 35. Beautiful kick. Fair catch is called for and handled at the 17-yard line. The catch by Damon Patterson, the freshman. He is a true freshman. He already has a 75-yard punt return for a touchdown against Florida International. And he also had 4 punt returns for nearly 140 yards. He's a good one. This guy's a good one, too. Todd Reesing, the quarterback for KU.
Yeah, just watching him on film, you know, it's so much improvement this year in terms of his composure in the pocket. Doesn't have the happy feet, sitting in there, reading the defense is better, and his release is much improved this year over last year.
We will see Sharp, Crawford, and Quigley all in the backfield. Reesing, though, to throw first down. There's his favorite target, Kerry Meyer. The 6'3", 220-pound junior out of Pittsburgh, Kansas. How about that offensive line for Kansas? Who do you like?
Well, in the middle, without a doubt, Ryan Cantwell, the center, number 50. He's the most consistent individual. And, of course, you got the 2 freshmen on the outside in Hatch and also Jeff Spikes. Had a tough lead last week. Let's see what they can do tonight.
This would be 2nd down and 2. Second and 2 for KU. Reesing hands it off, and a first down. That's Angus Quigley, the junior from Texas. Let's meet the defense for Sam Houston State.
Oh, without a doubt, the defensive end, Chris Brown, actually was on Texas in the 2005 National Championship. Great speed up the field. I'll tell you what, 7 sacks last year. It'll be a good test for Jeff Spikes.
Quigley, 25 carries now in the season, 158 yards. He also has 9 catches out of their backfield. Only at 17 carries did Quigley just a year ago, so being used a lot more by Coach Mangino. Still on his feet and near that first down marker. Quigley again, his 2nd carry.
Yeah, nice job on the little quarterback read that time. Takes the ball inside. He just reads the front side, the flow of the backers. Take a look at this. Reads, sees the guard coming around, just gets off outside of his outside shoulder of the tackle pulling, patch. And that's a good job of reading where the linebacker fit is. I'll just jump outside. Nice positive yardage. One thing about Quigley, he runs hard with the football.
2nd down and 1. First drive of the game for Kansas. Man in motion is Pendleton. Up the middle they go, and they get the first down, staying with Quigley. 4 years in the program, and we talked to Mark Mangino about it for Quigley. The stop was Chris Brown. And Quigley, 4 years in the program, and he said that at this point he hasn't played to his potential, but we're starting to see some of the progress.
And one of the major reasons why is because of the injuries. He had the hip injury in 2005, a knee in 2006, and I'm telling you, 2 years in a row with major injuries when you're young like that definitely makes you plays head games with you. Now it's just trying to get that confidence, but what you're seeing running right now, maybe he's finally got over it.
Well, you'll see Kansas do this an awful lot because of Todd Reesing. They can spread the field, put all those jackrabbits out there and let them go. Over the middle and incomplete. The intended receiver was A.J. Stewart, the tight end. He's a freshman from St. Louis, Missouri. But Mark Mangino has talked about now respect within the program, and they have that, and this was almost a big play.
Yeah, come on the inside blitz, and I don't understand why the offensive line didn't make an adjustment call on that. But again, Todd Reesing, what I see coming out of the young quarterback this year is a junior. The ball's coming out over the top. The release is much more effective and a lot quicker. They want to get the ball out of his hands so he can raise that completion rate. 2nd down and 10.
Handoff, big running play for Angus Quigley. They had all kinds of room to that left side, Richard.
Yeah, running right behind Jeff Spikes. And, you know, this is one of the things, the young tackle, left the freshman tackle on the left side. Watch number 74. Watch him sustain the block. Excellent job on the outside, the fold with the center. And, again, getting people on the outside. And there's Quigley. Some open room. He's going to pick up positive yardage. Good finish by Spikes.
Stanley Garrett in on the stop for Sam Houston State. Shotgun again for Reesing, who adjusts his plays. You'll see him do that a lot. Looks over at Mark Mangino. Little option play, reverses direction. Can he get a block? Dives ahead. and he's going to be near that first down marker.
Yeah, that was Noam Buchek, the linebacker, actually the weak side linebacker who filled inside out on that option play. But again, you're seeing the athleticism of Todd Reesing. He's able to change direction and pick up positive yardage with a play where he should have been a loss. Take a look at Buchek coming inside. He has the quarterback on that play. It's the option read going left. And there's Reesing coming out the back door for first down.
Also got a block from Jonathan Wilson, sophomore from Houston, Texas. Made a nice block to free Reesing for a few more yards. He'll swing it to the right side. There's another block as the catch is made by Damon Patterson, the wide receiver from Texas. A fumble on the play. Sam Houston State says that they have it. The ball is loose, and the Bearcats have it. First turnover this game. And the recovery, it looks like it's going to be Ryan Gloston, the defensive end.
Yeah, that was number 47, the linebacker, Noam Buchek, weak side linebacker, coming across the field, able to get a strip in on that. Young freshman Patterson, great speed, has a couple touchdowns on the year so far this year, but again, he's got to be able to hold on the ball.
So Gloston, the fumble recovery, the senior, big play. That stops the momentum for Kansas. Kansas 3 turnovers in 3 games and only 6 turnovers in the last 9 games prior to tonight.
Yeah, that's one of the things that made them successful last year. They didn't turn over the ball and they caused turnovers. It will affect you any time you want to win the game.
Bomar, the option, reads his block. A flag on the play. We may have a hold at the very end of it as he is brought down near the 50. Chris Harris, the cornerback, had to come up, the sophomore from Bixby, Oklahoma.
Yeah, and I think they're going to have the center in that, Jordan Bowersox, number 52.
I think you're right.
Got the hook on that play.
Personal foul, top block on the offense. Number 53 and 52. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Going to call it every time. Protect the knees of the defensive lineman. Once you're engaged, one blocker's engaged in, the other one's got to lay off, and that's where they're trying to just to protect the health of these players.
Let's take another look at it right here.
And again, just the backside guard. You see the center has them engaged, Jordan Bowersox. As long as the hands are on the offensive lineman, they can consider that guy being engaged. Backside guy cannot cut.
1st and 25. Bomar swings it out across the 30. They'll mark that probably at the 32. And the reception made by Justin Wells, 3-year starter for Sam Houston State.
Yeah, Chris Harris coming up on that tackle.
Tell you what, Richard, you watch Bomar and you see that even though he's playing at a lower level, he's not a lower level player. He just whips that baseball, or rather whips the football.
Yeah, talking with Coach Whitten, he said the one thing about this his quarterback is tremendous arm strength. He can put the ball anywhere on the field.
This is Bomar with plenty of protection. Looking deep sideline, and he missed his man. Oh, goodness. As Houston was wide open. I'll tell you what, one thing stands out right now. The defensive line of Kansas is not getting near enough pressure on Bomar.
Yeah, they're only rushing 3 this time, but also Barfield on that time basically got beat off the line of scrimmage, missed on his jam, and that's the reason why the receiver number 2, Katron Houston, was so wide open.
Isaiah Barfield, the cornerback from Kansas. Yep, he's a redshirt freshman. 3rd and 18 for the Bearcats. Bomar, middle screen. It is set up and brought down at the 43 is James Aston, his 2nd reception of the night.
Yeah, they tried to do a middle screen that time. Mortensen, number 8, was just spying on the play. He couldn't get there, but again, good job on the pursuit by the defense, and Harris, number 16, comes up and makes the tackle. Right now, Red Bomar, he's getting time in the pocket.
This will be the 2nd punt. The first one went for 37 yards for Sam Houston State. Raymer will kick it away. Low kick, angling towards the sideline, and nicely done. It'll go out of bounds, and they will mark it at the 11-yard line. Kansas takes over, 1st and 10. We're just underway Memorial Stadium, no score. Number 19 Kansas and Sam Houston State. Memorial Stadium in Lawrence, Kansas. Richard Baldinger, Dan McLaughlin with you. College football, number 19 in the land, the Jayhawks, with their second possession. Reesing is 2 of 3 for 13 yards. Rhett Bomar on the other side, 5 of 7. Quigley is in the backfield, making his first ever start for Kansas tonight. And he is wrestled down after a pickup of 5 on the play.
Really nice job of reading the zone block on that play. Quigley hits the hole, makes sure it presses the line of scrimmage before he makes that cut, then gets backside. Excellent job of reading it, knowing that that backside A gap all the way to the C gap will be open for positive yardage.
5 carries, 32 yards for Quigley so far, the junior. 4th year in the program. Reesing out of the shotgun. 2nd down and 4 for Kansas. And Reesing wants to run the option. Pitches it as he gets hit. Quigley lowers his shoulder. Helmet flies. And he picks up the 1st down. And he's brought down at the 25.
How about Derek Raymer, number 39, the linebacker? He lays the bone on Todd Reesing. Whoa! That hit, but then quickly, good acceleration to the outside. And I like the way he keeps his feet going, good pad level, and that's a great job by Todd Reesing of pressing the line of scrimmage, force that defensive end to commit to you, then make the pitch.
1st down, 1st and 10 for the Jayhawks.
And they'll continue to run with only 6 men in the box right now for Sam Houston State.
Quigley out of 1 tackle. And then met by a host of Bearcats. Well, we talked to Coach Mangino about last season, a magical year, and what that does for his program. And he said, well, it energized our fan base. And we see that here tonight. There's a look at Quigley, who's had 7 rushes for 42 yards. They were sold out in their opener, and they're sold out again tonight. There's no doubt about it. It's known as a basketball school. They just won the national championship. We're going to visit with Bill Self at halftime, the head coach. But you know, football has found a way to at least come into the minds of some of these fans here in Lawrence.
And that's why probably it's a greater turnaround here than ever, because you're competing against the best basketball program in the country.
And the fans are coming out in record numbers. 2nd down and 8. Reesing looks across the way and all kinds of room. The catch is made, and there goes Wilson. Jonathan Wilson, the sophomore from Houston, Texas, against South Florida. He had a huge night. 10 receptions, 171 yards, 2 touchdowns. And those 10 receptions, 1 shy of the school record. So he's becoming one of the favorite targets.
Yeah, great job, though, also by Meyer, just running that pick and that crossing pattern, open it up for Wilson.
He had 4 catches of 20 or more yards, which tied for the team high in that game.
Yeah,
keep it on the ground there, and it's a short gain. That was Jack Crawford on that carry, 6'1", 230-pound junior out of Memphis, Tennessee. Now, Crawford has been slowed by injury.
Yeah, he has got banged up a little bit in camp, and it's kind of held him back in terms of his advancement and running on the field.
Reesing to the sideline and out of bounds. Boy, it's hard to garner much attention if you're a quarterback in the Big 12, because there are so many good ones up and down this conference.
You know, Dan, I think if you look back through all the years of college football and just following it, I don't know if I can ever remember one conference ever having this many quarterbacks, not only good, so accurate, but also such good athletes together. I mean, top to bottom. Go through the South and the North. It's an amazing, and that's the reason why I think this conference still is better than the SEC.
That's saying something. Quigley now in the backfield. He replaces Crawford. Reesing. Little shovel pass, and they read it perfectly. Nice play defensively up front for the Bearcats. That's a big play. And that was Cody Gatewood.
Yeah, Cody Gamble, number 92. He just reads the shovel pass here, but again, Spikes also on that play too. He's got to make sure. Jeff Spikes got a little lazy on that play. You've got to force your defensive end up the field. Take the inside position and work. He stopped his feet, and that's number 92 got inside and made the play.
Wansele Brewer is deep for the Bearcats, and a whistle. It's a 4th down and 9.
Team timeout number 1.
Sam Houston is going to take the timeout here, and we'll step aside as well. Fox College Sports, presentation of college football, number 19 in the land, Kansas. Sam Houston State. Back with more in a moment. No score, and it's 4:22 to go here on Fox College Sports. You can see this big crowd, and we are sold out today. Now, the season opener was 52,112, the largest home attendance in KU history. So it gives you a little idea about how important the football program has gotten and the interest that it now has drawn here in Lawrence, Kansas. There's a high kick. Takes a KU bounce inside the 5 and down at the 4. Sam Houston State will have it 1st and 10 when we return. It's college football live on Fox College Sports. No score with 4:13 to go, first quarter. To make sure you get Fox College Sports, call your local cable provider or call 1-877-2-GET-FCS. And you can also visit our website at foxcollegesports.com for more information. Live college football, college basketball season around the corner. We'll have some top 25 teams coming up. And again, that number, it is 1-877-2-GET-FCS. Nearly a jump up front. Bomar hands it off. And a pickup of maybe 2 on the play for James Aston.
Yeah, that's a really good play by actually the defensive tackle, number 97, Richard Johnson. His name's not going to go up on the stats, but the way he contained that backside A-gap that time, then the pursuit of the defense, closed down the back door so there's no cutback on that zone blocking.
Kansas defense in their last game, a little surprising. They did not force a turnover against South Florida. That's the 2nd time in the last 14 games that that's taken place for KU. Bomar, 3-step drop and spinning and getting the 1st down. Nice effort by Houston. And a late flag, and that will be against Kansas.
Again, just talking about concentration, and these are some of the things that we saw actually Clint Bone, the defensive coordinator, reading the riot act to his defense before they went out in the field.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense. Number 23, 15-yard penalty, automatic, 1st down.
And Richard, all of a sudden, you know, Sam Houston State comes in. They haven't played in nearly a month, and they're backed in, pinned into their own end zone, and all of a sudden they are moving the football. And hey, you're a lower end team, you start to believe
you can do it. And I'll tell you what, and that's why now in Kansas, one of the question marks I had for this defense was last week in the 3rd quarter they could not stop the run against South Florida. Right now they're having some struggles.
Bomar, a high snap, and it's another 1st down as the catch is made by Chris Lucas, the wide receiver from Hazel Green, Alabama.
Yeah, Rip Bomar's had time in the pocket. He's also done a very good job of rolling outside of the pocket, able to deliver the ball and quick out of his hand.
And here's a look at it, rolling to his right. And we were told that you know, he's most effective when rolling to his right and then throwing back against the grain.
You got very good arm strength, just working against Justin Thornton that time, able to complete the pass.
Their game with Prairie View, A&M canceled due to Hurricane Ike. It's the 2nd time in 4 years that has happened to Sam Houston State. Big hole up the middle and brought down near that 50-yard line. And once again, it is Aston, the ball carrier, and Justin Thornton, the safety, had to come up and make the tackle.
Again, this linebacker fits that time. Mortensen, number 8, he's going into the A-gap that time. Running back just splits between the 2 linebackers on the backside, able to pick up positive yardage. Cut off the linebacker hold. Mortensen's inside. There's the gain lane right open for big positive yardage.
Last time that they were canceled was 2005. That was against Missouri State from the Missouri Valley Conference. That was Hurricane Rita. And it's happened again here in 2008. Plenty of time. Looking to the sideline and overshoots the intended receiver. Up front, and you see the intended receiver there was Justin Wells, who has a catch tonight. Up front, they're not getting enough push, and all of a sudden you look and Bomar's got plenty of time.
Yeah, one of the things when you're pass rush, it's a learned thing. It's not something you just walk on the field and happen. It's a learned thing, and the They haven't done a very good job of breaking down the offensive lineman's hands. Also, they tend to come off a little bit higher. But the one guy that they missed is James McClin from last year. He was the disruptive force in that defensive line. He played that 3 technique. He could get pressure on the quarterback all the time.
3rd and 2. They are 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions. Bomar with time, looking to the sideline. He's got a man, a 1st down. Houston again with the catch.
Yeah, just working against Isaiah Barfield again.
Ryan Murphy was there in coverage as well.
Yeah, that was Ryan Murphy, number 23, the corner there. He just gets turned, and again, look at the time Rhett Bomar has. Also the throwing lane he has, and again, he's just got to step on Ryan Murphy. Excellent job just working down the sidelines. Rhett Bomar, you can see the accuracy coming now, and he's also got the arm strike.
Again, Bomar led the Southland in total offense, nearly 300 yards a game just a season ago. He is driving. Bomar to his left. The catch made and knocked out of bounds was Matkins, the wide receiver, his first reception. He's a junior from Mart, Texas. You look at the receivers for Sam Houston State. They are a big group.
Yeah, they are a big group. You know, Justin Wells, is 5'10", 185. Also, Katron Houston, Jason Matkins, 6'5". He's a junior college transfer. Gives him a big target down the red zone. But I'm going to tell you what, the cornerbacks right now for Kansas have got to get up and start challenging some of these receivers.
Under 2 minutes to go in our first quarter. Bomar under center. Hands it off. Jamal Green in on the stop.
Yeah, a little misdirection in the backfield, but Jamal Green doing a good job of getting penetration, getting up the field. Watch number 99. He beats the center on the backside block, and is there, keeps his shoulder pad square, and is in to make the play. So important that when that misdirection, you stay home. Somebody goes away, somebody's coming back to get you.
Green, 6'4", 300-pounder out of Kansas City. 3rd down again. 3rd and 5 for Sam Houston State. Bomar looking end zone, caught, knocked then out of his hands. It was caught, and then a big-time hit as Matkins had it in his hand, was hit at the 1 and could not hold on.
Yeah, take a look at it. An excellent throw by Bomar. He puts this on a rope, and Matkins should have this. It's in his hands, a little bit behind him. He's got to go ahead and make that catch, but Justin Thornton getting a helmet right on the ball. Again, staying at home, reads the quarterback's eyes. Great job on the break, and then he's able to deliver the blow and then knock the ball out.
38 yards. Field goal attempt. Taylor Wilkins. Kick is up, and it is no good. Sam Houston State cannot strike first. And they'll give it back to the Jayhawks. Impressive drive, though, as they started deep in their own end, inside their own 5.
You gain confidence. There's no points on the board, but it was a sustained drive. You threw the ball well. You passed the ball well. If you just take a look at the kick, it just hooked a little bit to the right. Kind of looks like my golf shot.
The Bearcats, yeah, a little hook, huh? Past 9 seasons have led the Southland Conference in passing 4 times, in total offense 3 times. This is a test for Kansas tonight.
Oh, it is, without a doubt. We want to see how they mentally handle that tough loss last week to Florida. South Florida, excuse me.
Racing swings it out to the left side. Nifty move made after the catch. Raymond Pendleton, the wide receiver from Garland, Texas. His 2nd catch on the night. And for Pendleton, it's his first ever start for Mark Mangino here at Kansas.
Yeah, tonight Dexton Fields, number 88, is not going in the game, so Pendleton's getting the call up and get out in the field and make something happen.
20 seconds to play in our first quarter. 2nd down and 3. They'll change the play. Reesing hands it off and bouncing outside. How about that? And picking up the 1st down with a 2nd effort. Angus Quigley
Yeah, just emphasize the word effort, and that's the reason why. There was nothing up front, no movement. They had good penetration by the Bearcats, but Quigley was not going to be denied. And again, the reason why you can do that, you hit the line of scrimmage at full speed, your shoulder pads are square to the line of scrimmage, you can make the cut outside.
And the tackle made by Nolan Buchek. Big first quarter for number 22, Mr. Quigley, with 8 carries, 47 yards. And after one quarter play on Fox College Sports, Sam Houston State, a little bit of a surprise. They haven't scored, but neither has Kansas, number 19 in the country. 0-0 after one quarter. No score as we move to the second quarter of play. 15 minutes put up. Sam Houston State and number 19 Kansas. There's a look at the national champions from a year ago as they were watching the Jumbotron here at Memorial Stadium. They were honored just moments ago. The basketball team, Bill Self, the head coach, will stop by at the half. Looking forward to that. Todd Reesing out of the shotgun, completes it. Oh, what a nifty move. Raymond Brown, the wide receiver out of St. Louis, Missouri.
Yeah, nice move. Also, good job on the quick out. But then, how about the yards after catch? The one thing you talk about these receivers this year, better job of catching the ball, but also yak.
Richard, 80% of the Kansas offense this season has been through the air, and they're at least throwing a clip that is also right there with how they're running the football here tonight, too.
Yeah, without a doubt, and it's all because of Todd Reesing. His accuracy this year, but also his development as a quarterback is even more improved than last year.
That's Quigley. He's going nowhere as he tried to bounce out of the pack. In on the stop was Chris Brown, the defensive end.
And trying to do some zone blocking up front right now. And the coordination between the guards and those young tackles, as you can see, isn't very well. Trying to take some look at not getting the best move. And I see Jeff Spikes on the backside there. Really, he's got to come down and work with his guard more than come up. Get that push so the back will stay front side. You're not blocking the backside defensive end, so you can't afford for the running back to cut back. 3rd and 1 for the Jayhawks. Quiet crowd so far here at Memorial Stadium. Waiting to erupt. Reesing, shotgun. Quigley, the carry. And we'll have to see exactly where they put that spot. Quigley with the carry, and did he get the first down? Quigley with already his 10th carry of the night. Yeah, they got the first down, but it was close.
Pretty generous spot.
Yeah, it was. Going behind Jeff Spikes, number 74, trying to get some movement in the left guard that time. Adrian Mays. It just seems like right now their footwork and the zone blocking, everybody's not on the same page. They're very hesitant. That's why they're not rolling off and getting really good movement up front for the offensive line for KU. Kevin Smith, a linebacker, made the stop. So they pick up the first down. 1st and 10, just over 13 minutes to play in our first half. Reesing trying to set up a little screen, and they snip it out. Nicely done defensively by Jason Matkins.
As caught by number 22, Raymond Brown.
They're just staying home on that throwback screen that time. Just finding again also on that kick out, those Spikes. It's trying to be a throwback screen. Watch Jeff Spikes, number 74. He's trying to get outside, but doesn't get a chance to get a block on the outside. Gets that Stanley Garrett, number 31, in on the play.
Reesing steps up. Now he'll tuck it. That's something that Mark Mangino said about Reesing, is that this year they feel that he's a little bit lighter. You know, he's lost a little bit of weight, not in a bad way, but muscle is there, but he's lost a little weight, and he also is looking to run a little bit more and quicker out of the pocket.
Yeah, but he's also doing a very good job of keeping his eyes down the field. Here they're only rushing 2, dropping 9. Nowhere to go in the football. Last year he would have taken off. This year he's going to hold that ball, that extra second. He's going to hesitate to see if he can deliver the pass down the field.
3rd and 8. Reesing steps up over the middle and incomplete. No flags on the play. Intended for Raymond Pendleton. And in on the pressure was Frank Simon, the linebacker from Oklahoma.
Yeah, good job on Simon. This is just a delayed blitz, and he's just spying the quarterback here, and he comes underneath on the stunt and is able to get pressure on Todd Reesing. But he came late on that blitz, very late, but still was able to get pressure.
Wansley Brewer, who plays cornerback, is back to receive. There you see him pictured. He is standing on his 15. The kick is away. Brewer at the 16. Avoids one tackle. Now with a little bit of room. A late flag on the play. And brings it out to the 21-yard line. We'll see what that infraction will be. A late flag near the Kansas sideline. With 12:08 to go here in our first half of play.
We're going to block in the back, I think, on this play against the Bearcats.
During the return, block in the back on the receiving team, number 41. 10-yard penalty, first down.
That will go against a true freshman, Will Henry, the linebacker from Waco, Texas. Sam Houston State pinned back in their own end again. When we come back, they'll have it 1st and 10 here on Fox College Sports. Well, KU just had their second loss in just their past 16 games against South Florida. Mark Mangino was curious as he was telling us, how his team might respond here at home. And so far, the response has been his team looks a little flat tonight.
Look very flat right now. You're not seeing the energy from this team, not seeing people fly around, getting knocked off the ball on defense. And, this is where it all started from last year on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, I am not seeing the same energy or desire out there in the field that we saw last year when we played against last year when we saw them against Baylor.
12:08 to go in our first half of play. Kansas, number 19 in the country, and Sam Houston State. No score. Bomar will pitch it to the wide side of the field, and Kansas snips it out. They're all over it. That was to Magic Robinson, the running back, in his first carry. Robinson is a little different look. 5'8", 180, a speedster out of Klein, Texas.
Yeah, it's a great job by Mortensen on the outside, and also Rivera, number 40. Both of them getting into position. Rivera's on the outside, boxing the running back in. Mortensen's inside out, in for the tackle.
Sold out here tonight, Memorial Stadium in Lawrence, Kansas. Glad you're with us on Fox College Sports. Rhett Bomar, the former quarterback at Oklahoma. He has seen Kansas before. Calls out the plays. Crowd now loud. Play clock was just about at 0. Bomar is brought down. Sacked at the 3. And in on that sack was Richard Johnson Jr., the freshman from Jefferson City, Missouri.
Yeah, that time you finally got to push up front, and this is one of the things they want to see. Watch Richard Johnson, number 97, does an excellent job on the push and the drive. Sees that it's a zone, he splits the guard and the tackle. They're not able to make the switch. Again, that's the reason why this has success, because Richard Johnson comes off with a good drive and is able to split the guard and tackle. Now it makes it easy for Russell Thorson to come around and get on the play also.
3rd and 18 for Sam Houston State, and Bomar has to take a timeout. He didn't like what he saw.
Timeout. Sam Houston, timeout number 2.
So the Bearcats take a timeout to talk over this big 3rd down. We'll step aside as well. No score here in Lawrence. Rhett Bomar is 9 for 13 on the night. Big 3rd down here. Head coach Todd Whitten looking on. Aston is in the backfield for Sam Houston State. The student section is loud across the way. Listen to this crowd. And a flag. It looked like the right tackle may have flinched.
He did flinch a little, but you got to be able to hang in there. You got to see the ball. See the man down. You're going to be blocking. Does he hit the ball?
Offense, number 63, at the distance to the goal, 3rd down.
Aaron Saunders, the tackle, 6'7", 315-pounder out of San Antonio.
Tough for him to move and nobody to notice it. It's tough.
It's a big man, isn't it?
It's a big man. You got to hang in. You got to see the down lineman and the ball all at the same time.
So now it's 3rd and 19. Bomar about halfway inside his own end zone. Looks to the sideline, and it's picked off and brought down at the 2-yard line. The Jayhawks with the biggest defensive play of the night. Darryl Stuckey, the safety out of Kansas City, with the pick.
Yeah, Rhett Bomar just underthrew this ball completely. He had time in the pocket. We have a flag on the play, though. Let's hear what the call is.
And that flag two of them away from where the interception occurred.
Personal foul. Shot block on the offense. Number 22 and 86. Penalty has been declined. Results of the play. First down.
Yeah, Darryl Stuckey, great job on this in terms of reading the quarterback's eyes. Just sitting again, zone, cover one, just sitting over the middle. There's Stuckey on the outside, number 25. And again, just making a break on that ball, just sitting down inside. And again, following the quarterback's eyes. When you're in the zone, you can make a great break because you can see the quarterback's eyes. Rhett Ballmar looked at his receiver all the way. This was an easy pick for number 25, Stuckey.
Quigley in the backfield. Reesing as the crowd becomes quiet so he can call his play. He is standing at the 6. Little option. Tucks it under. Touchdown, Kansas. Racing is in. They have now scored on 15 of 17 trips into the red zone.
Yeah, he beats Billy Skinner on this play, the free safety, number 19. But Todd Reesing, I'll tell you what, he's got a nose for the end zone. This guy's going to hit pay dirt. Good job in that time of reading that. You know what? 19, the free safety, kind of sat in no man's zone, didn't take anyone. He gave that inside lane for Reesing. Reesing got his pads down. He's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Brandstetter on for the extra point, and it's good. 7-0. A turnover sets up the score for number 19 in the country. Reesing diving ahead from a yard out. 7-zip Kansas. Todd Reesing is now responsible for 52 career touchdowns, which is a school record. Also tonight, another milestone for him, a couple actually. Reesing with 2 more completions, moved into 3rd place on the all-time career completions list. Well, now he has 7 on the night, so all of a sudden he's in the 2nd on the completions list. Is Todd Reesing tonight is 7 of 10 for 56 yards and no interceptions.
Basically, let's put it this way, when this young man graduates, he's going to own all the records here at KU.
Absolutely. Fielded at the 10. And brought out to the 28. That's Houston. And let's go back to the touchdown.
Yeah, just take a look at the guys at the front side. Excellent job by Hatch, the right tackle. Also the tight end, Tim Beery. They seal that linebacker. Now Reesing is able to go one-on-one with that free safety because that free safety had the pitch man and also the quarterback. No way he can take 2 people on that play. Reesing reads it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Of course, Stuckey set it up.
The big interception in the Orange Bowl. Remember at the end of the game, the
Absolutely.
4th quarter.
Brought him down to the 1, and then the plunge by Reesing. Rhett Ballmar. Ballmar to throw. Slings it out to the left side. And the catch made by Justin Wells. Short of the first down by about a yard or 2.
You're just talking about that interception by Darryl Stuckey. You know, that was one of the things that Coach Mangino wanted to talk to his secondary about. Is he thought in the South Florida game they weren't going for the ball enough. They were going for the receiver. Here you're seeing they're attacking the ball, going for it, creating turnovers.
And Richard, let's see if this crowd all of a sudden becomes energized after the touchdown along with this Kansas defense. Ballmar. Little play fake and tries to split the defenders, and the catch is made. A sliding grab, and that's all set up by his little play fake. Little pump, the defense committed, and then Wells was there between the seams.
How about Justin Wells just going down the sideline on this, and a nice throw by Ballmar. The little pump fake is the corner just to bite a little bit, and again, there's on that play, Justin Wells just sitting inside in the zone, getting between the linebacker and the cornerback, and able to find an open spot for the catch.
Ballmar is 11 of 16, 113 yards. 1st and 10 for Sam Houston State. They've been able to move the football. Ballmar across the middle has a man. And a big hit on the play. And that'll be close to a first down. The catch made by Houston.
I'm going to tell you what, Dan, if you're going to play zone defense, then your guys up front better get pressure on the quarterback. There is no way you can sit back in the zone all day and expect people to be covered. They're going to find a hole, and that's what they're doing right now. Rhett Ballmar's getting time, but also what he's getting is he's getting a nice throwing lane. So important to the quarterback. When he can see down the field, he'll find somebody. He'll make the throw. Again, first down for the Bearcats.
Houston, 2 catches, 34 yards. It was Barfield with the big hit at the end of the play. Another first down for the Bearcats. Moving the football yet again. Ballmar Nice catch out of the backfield. They can't make the tackle. And then pushed out of bounds. It's Aston. And that was Strozier, Philip Strozier, the safety, that pushed him out of bounds.
Yeah, but it was also Stuckey, number 25, Daryl Stuckey. He's got the back man for man on the outside. He's got to make this play. But look where his head goes, in behind the running back there, not able to make tackle. Better form tackle, bring your feet, see what you're going to hit.
Bomar 13 of 18, 131 yards. But that costly pick. 4 wide receivers for Bomar. 2nd down and 1. Over the middle and incomplete. Looking for Trey Payne on that play. Tyler Lawrence in on the Chris Harris in on the coverage for Kansas.
Made a nice break on the ball, is able to break that up. But again, right now, what you're seeing for a defense out of KU right now is you're just playing a nickel defense. And again, that ball was a little low there. Harris was a little late coming. Now Payne not able to come away with the completion.
3rd down and 1 at the 29.
3rd and 1. 2 wide receivers, 1 man in the backfield. Play action, one-on-one coverage, looking end zone, overshoots the receiver. Now, if you're Sam Houston State, what do? Is the intended receiver was Trey Payne, the speedster. You know, do you go for it here on 4th and 1 with the ball on the 29?
I think if anything, you try to put points on the board. It depends on what you think about your field goal kicker. But I'll tell you what, you've had success moving the ball so far. If you feel comfortable right now and then, that was an excellent job by Harris that time. The cornerback running with the receiver on the stutter go, staying with him step for step.
Bomar in the shotgun. Robinson in the backfield. High snap. Bomar, 1st down. And he's brought down at the 32. And if he's not tripped up, it could have been a huge play.
Yeah, they did, because they just walked out that time. They have 3 receivers to the right side, trips formation, and it just brought the safety over. And again, you're seeing the reason why Rhett Bomar is so effective. He can extend the play with his speed. Here, just an automatic design quarterback run. He gets upfield, and again, you talked about that touchdown saving tackle right there.
Blakesley just got his arm extended to make that play. 1st downs, 8 on the night for Sam Houston State. Ball on the 26. Picked off again. Barfield brought down. The 2nd interception for the Kansas defense on a play that should have been caught.
Easy catch. Katron Houston just running a quick slant. You've got to be able to make this catch. You're going across the middle. You're going to get hit. He pulls up on the route. Watch number 2. Hey, Katron Houston. He's coming from your right side. He just kind of pulls up on the route. You've got to continue. If that ball goes off, go become a defensive man. He stopped. Ball comes off the shoulder pads. Now it's tip drill. You do this every day. Tip drill. Go get it, Barfield. Now take off and run.
So the 2nd pick against Bomar, not his fault certainly. He's now 13 of 21. Reesing takes over. He'll stand on his 29. Hands it off in a short gain for Kansas. That time it was Crawford. All of a sudden, the momentum for Sam Houston State comes to a screeching halt.
Yeah, you're down get near the red zone. You've got to be able to make plays. And that type, Katron Houston, he was wide open. He makes that catch. He's going to run some. But again, going across the middle, he felt the pressure of the defense, stopped on his route, became a tip drill.
Kerry Meyer has been quiet so far. They're trying to go for him right there. Chris Brown, the defensive end, got a hand on it. But Kerry Meyer only 1 catch for 8 yards, and he is one of the top receivers, not just for Kansas, but in all of college football. He's tied for the national lead in receptions per game at 10. He has 29 catches for 253 yards on the season.
This offense just has not gotten into a rhythm all night. Haven't balanced the running and the passing game yet.
Myers in the left slot for Reesing. 1 man in the backfield along with Reesing. They finally get the playoff. No, they didn't. They did not beat the clock. You can hear some of the moans and groans from the Kansas faithful here at Memorial Stadium.
Delay on the offense. 5-yard penalty. third down.
And what the Bearcats are doing is they're lining up in multiple defenses here. They're going three-man fronts. They're going nickel. They're going dime. They're changing it up right now, creating confusion right now for Kansas's offense. And they're really taking them out of the rhythm. They have, as I said, haven't gotten a running game really going right now. Passing game hasn't been as effective as you'd like it to be.
3rd and 13 for Reesing. They are 2 for 4 on third down conversions tonight. Plenty of time. Steps up in the pocket. Over the middle. He's got him. Meyer to the 20, to the 10. 5. Dives in for the touchdown. 68 yards.
Beautiful catch on the post pattern that time by Kerry Meyer, number 10. We were wondering where he was. Well, he appeared quickly into your screen. And how about that throw by Todd Reesing? Watch this bomb take off. 3-men rushing, dropping 8 for the Bearcats. But I'll tell you what, he's got a nice throwing lane, and he just puts air onto this. And there's Myers just beating man coverage in for the touchdown.
An interception set up the first score. Interception helps him with this score. The extra point is good. 14-0. Number 19 in the land. The Kansas Jayhawks. A 68-yard touchdown reception to Meyer, the backup quarterback. Off to the races. 14-0 Kansas. 68-yard touchdown reception by Meyer. 14-0 Kansas. And remember, at one point, Sam Houston State missed a field goal. They could have gone up 3-0. 2 costly picks, and now all of a sudden it's 14-0 the other way.
Yeah, really costly pick. Getting down near the red zone, not able to convert points, and there's Kansas taking the interception and turning it into points. That's what made him so effective last year.
Fielded at the 11. That one was taken by Brewer. And a short return across the 25. Let's go back to the touchdown.
Yeah, just in this, they're dropping 8, only rushing 3, and Todd Reesing reads it. But what you won't see is the safety is pulled over to the right. That opens up the throwing lane, and there's Meyer just beating the man on single coverage, man on coverage there on the post pattern, and a perfect throw by Reesing. Put air underneath the ball so your receiver doesn't have to break stride.
3 plays, 66 yards on the drive. It only took 41 seconds. Reesing is now 8 of 12, 124 yards. Wide open to the wide side and spinning across the 40. And a first down for Sam Houston State. And that's Justin Wells. He's had a nice first half. And Wells picks up his 5th catch of the night.
Yeah, just Barfield on the outside. He's got to get up there. He's got to get up and play on that receiver. I'm not exactly sure of his coverage on that, if he was sitting inside trying to play an inside-out position. But you can't give that much cushion. Quarterback sees that. That ball's coming out quick. It's a quick out pass. Pick up positive yardage.
And it's another first down for Sam Houston State. They've been able to move the football pretty well. Bomar swings it to the left side. And tripped up was Lucas, the wide receiver. Chris Lucas with his 3rd catch of the night.
Yeah, that time Chris Harris and also Justin Thornton read that bubble screen real well, able to defeat the block on the outside. Harris that time make the play.
A gain of 2 on the play.
The receiver's just looking to stop block him on the outside, try to get him hooked inside so that bubble screen can go outside the numbers. Harris wasn't going to have anything to do with that.
Again, we remind folks that Bill Self, National Championship head coach in basketball, will join us at halftime here on Fox College Sports. 2nd down and 8 for the Bearcats of Sam Houston State. And all of a sudden they'll have to take a timeout.
Yeah, looking to audible at the line of scrimmage.
Timeout. Sam Houston. That's the 3rd and final timeout of the first half.
Well, Sam Houston State, if you're wondering, was founded in 1879. It's the 3rd oldest public university in Texas. Started as a teacher's college and named for General Sam Houston, only man in United States history to be governor of 2 states, Tennessee and Texas. Now you're caught up.
I am caught up in my history. I think he beat, wasn't it General Anna, Santa Anna from Mexico?
Don't ask me too many questions.
War there, the Mexican
I did the research. Don't ask too much more. Okay?
But you know what? Dan, in all seriousness, my hat's off to these kids for what they have gone through. Coaches, the community, and talking to Coach Witten. I mean, it has been a stressful couple of weeks. It's amazing these kids are here and able to perform the way they are.
The 60-yard touchdown pass, second longest pass play by Kansas in the last 4 years. Might remember Marcus Henry, 82-yard reception for a touchdown against Oklahoma State. And there's another first down for Sam Houston State. One thing is for sure, Richard, they're able to move the football. That's not a problem whatsoever. Another catch there for Chris Lucas.
No pressure up front, and that time Rhett Bomar, just reading the different windows, goes to the second level. You see now they're in man coverage, jamming those crossing routes, but then underneath on the receiver, number 3 that time, Chris Lucas. Excellent job by Rhett Bomar seeing the underneath routes on there, go to the second level.
5.5 to go in our first half of play. 4 wide receivers for Bomar. Ball is on the 37 of Kansas. Over the middle and nearly picked off again. In and out of the hands of Justin Thornton, the safety. Underthrew the football, and Thornton almost had the 3rd pick.
And that time Rhett Bomar took a real shot. He delivers this ball. Take a look at it. Slide protection to the left, and then underneath he takes it just as he goes, and that was Thornton, number 46. Almost come away with a big pick.
To his credit, the second pick was not Bomar's fault.
No, I'll tell you what, both these safeties, Thornton and Stuckey, they do a great job of roaming that field, looking at the quarterback's eyes and making an attack in the ball.
14-0 KU. Bomar with pressure, rolls right, looking for the sideline, and he's brought down.
I'll tell you what, that was close. Mortensen on the tackle, huh? But it looked like he almost got the back of the shoulder pads on that one.
The horse tackle, the horse collar.
Horse collar on that one, so it was close.
You see Bomar gets up limping, and you talked about his knee coming back from injury.
Yeah, they just come on the blitz, and here again, Rhett Bomar working the sides, and I'll tell you, that's close. That is very close. Let's take a look on the back. I'll tell you what.
Missed the call.
Missed the call. Line judge is right there. His hand was on the back of the pads. Flag should have come out.
And now I wonder if they're talking about that right here. There was no flag on the play. 3rd down conversions tonight for Sam Houston State.
I don't see how you couldn't see that.
Just 1 for 6, but picking up first downs, that's not been a problem. They have 10 tonight as opposed to 8 for Kansas. 3rd down and 11 for Bomar. They bring the blitz. It's picked up and thrown behind the intended receiver, which was Justin Wells. You see him pictured there.
Yeah, they did a good job of coming with the blitz that time, getting some pressure on Rhett Bomar. He had to pull the string a little bit on this pass. Take a look at it. Linebacker Mortensen coming inside, working with the defensive tackle. A little bit of pressure. Just that hand in the quarterback's face is enough to distort that pass. Wells wasn't able to come away with the catch.
Raymer will punt it away. He is standing on his 48. Patterson will receive for Kansas. He's got a big lane if he wants it. To the 20, to the 25, and knocked out of bounds near the 27-yard line. You're watching college football on Fox College Sports. And coming up next Saturday, September 27th on Fox College Sports, catch Oregon as they visit Washington State at 6 Eastern. And Stanford travels to Washington at 10 Eastern. All coming up next Saturday on Fox College Sports. And again, if you'd like to order Fox College Sports, number to call 877-2GET-FCS. Also visit our website, foxcollegesports.com. So plenty of time here with 4:39 to go.
The Bearcats going back to a 4-man line, regular 4-3 now.
Quigley going nowhere.
Backside tackle that time, Jeremiah Hatch, freshman, had some trouble cutting off the backside that time. Penetration stopped that. And the Bearcats actually switched from a 4-2-5 last year to a 4-3 defense for the specific reason of stopping the run. They've had some pretty good success right here in the first half.
Quigley for 48 yards, Crawford 7. Reesing has 7 on the ground as well on his 1 rush. So yes, you're right. The rushing defense has done a good job tonight for the Bearcats. They actually lost a yard on the play, 2nd and 11. Reesing flush from the pocket over the middle, caught by Meyer fresh off his touchdown reception near the first down. And he catches it at the 36, so a yard short of the first down marker.
Yeah, Todd Reesing, he sees the safety blitz coming on this. He just rolls outside of his tackle, and then how about the strike? I like the way he's delivering the ball. It comes out with much more velocity, better release this year than last year.
Reesing standing at his own 30. Swings it to the right side. Quigley looks like he may have gotten the first down. Very close to that marker as he was knocked out of bounds. By the way, the scoring drives have taken all of 3 seconds and 41 seconds for Kansas. And they are 10th in the NCAA in time of possession at nearly 34 minutes a game.
Yeah, and that was a tough throw that time to Quigley. That ball kind of lobbed in the air a little bit, floated, and what that does is it slows up the back. You've got to hit him in stride, because if not, pursuit from the inside by linebackers that time by Simon, also Derek Raymer were over to get in on the play.
7 of 18 scoring drives for Kansas this year have lasted 4+ minutes, but tonight it's been boom boom right at Sam Houston State.
And that's what Todd Reesing gives you, his ability to see the field and put the ball everywhere, his accuracy. He can strike so quick, he's so deadly.
They will measure to see if Kansas picked up that first down. As they bring the chains out, they are just short, so just inches short of the first down. They'll actually in college football bring the chains out as they measure it over on the sideline and then mark it perfectly as they spot the football. And that's what you saw right there.
See if they go behind Ryan Cantwell, number 50, the center. I believe is the best offensive lineman for KU. Does a good job getting movement. Let's see if they just quarterback sneak right behind him.
Quigley, 225-pounder, is in the backfield. It's Reesing, though. He sneaks it. I don't think he got it. And neither does the Sam Houston sideline. Reesing, the sneak. Did he get it?
No, he's short.
Oh, he's well short.
Ryan Gloston, number 95. Good job in terms of getting his pads down. They're going to measure this.
No, they're going to say it's Sam Houston State. Big stop for the Bearcats. That is huge.
How about number 95, Ryan Gloston? Watch the pad level. Watch him get underneath Jeff Spikes, and he's the reason why he gets in the backfield. The freshman has got to learn. Low man wins. You got to come off the ball.
Richard, I mean, hindsight being 2020, it's an obvious statement, but why do you go for it when you're up by 14 and then you can pin Sam Houston State back deep in their own end before the half?
It's all talking about challenging your offensive line. You want to see if they can take the step to the next level. If you can't get 2 inches on the field, you got to begin to wonder about your offensive line. That time, poor technique by the left tackle, the freshman, Jeff Spikes.
And you saw that last in the Big 12 in rushing. Good job by the Kansas defense to string the play out back to the original line of scrimmage. The ball carrier was Aston.
You know, Dan, Bill Parcells always told me one thing. If you can't make a yard on a run game, you shouldn't be playing. They're doing a good job pursuing down the line that time. Russell Borson, number 94, is Caleb Blakely. Able to get in the backfield and make a play.
2nd down and 10. Bomar. Plenty of time to the sideline. There's the first down and a nifty move. Matkins inside the 10 for Sam Houston State. What a play and what a second effort.
Yeah, he beat Thornton on this one, just spinning back to the inside. And I'm going to tell you what, Thornton doing a poor job. Use the sideline as an extra player. Do never let anybody spin back inside. Thornton's got him there, and again, he just let him come back inside. Should have played to use him. Let him come up the field, but keep him to the sidelines.
1st and goal with the ball on the 8 for the Bearcats. Nicely done, not only to avoid the tackle, but then to keep his balance and get inside the 10.
Able to good job putting one hand down, good balance, spinning back inside. Thornton's got to remember, use the sideline to your advantage.
Aston is in the backfield. Bomar under center. Just over 2 minutes to go. Bomar to the end zone. No flag on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal from the 8. The intended receiver was Jason Matkins.
Yeah, excuse me. They're trying to just work on Chris Harris, who's only 6 foot, trying to use that mismatch. Jason Matkins, 6'5", just trying to play a little jump ball. But Harris wasn't going to have anything to do with it. Good job on his part in terms of getting a jam at the line of scrimmage.
The opponents against Kansas, 7 scores 7 times in the red zone. 2:01 to go, first half. Here from Lawrence. Bomar keeps it himself, tucks it to the end zone, touchdown. Sam Houston State on the road, gets on the board. An 8-yard run and the touchdown for the senior Bomar.
Yeah, the seas just parted for Bomar, and this again just a zone defense. He reads it, and this is the design quarterback run. He sees the safety move outside Thornton for the receiver to play over the top. He's got a nice running lane. Again, the guys up front give him some good protection. Bomar's into the end zone.
Bomar is so gifted. Game 1 of this season against East Central Oklahoma. He led the offense to 7 touchdowns and 1 field goal in 8. Again, let me repeat that. 7 TDs, 1 field goal in 8 first half possessions. He passed for 4 touchdowns. He rushed for 30 yards. And remember, at Oklahoma in 2005, Kansas saw him. Threw for over 200 yards at Arrowhead for a touchdown and 2 interceptions. Catch the 3rd annual Boat U.S. National Collegiate Bass Fishing Championship. The first episode will appear on Fox College Sports October 1st. You can visit foxcollegesports.com to see if your school took home the trophy. And that was the 3rd annual Boat U.S. National Collegiate Bass Fishing Championships. We'll have an update on that at the half. I think this crowd right now is stunned.
Yeah, they are stunned. And I still don't think it was a bad decision by Coach Mangino to go for that. I mean, it's 2 inches. All you've got to do is lunge forward, and you've got to control the clock, continue the drive to go. You want to put this team away, but again, you see they couldn't make it. And again, hats off to the Bearcats taking that momentum, that big stop, and into the end zone.
I know you love offensive linemen, and the Bearcats, their offensive line depth is a strength. They list 4 seniors, 2 juniors, and 4 freshmen, but they're playing the seniors and the juniors, and really the offensive line has been very good. That's a short kick. I don't necessarily agree with that. Not with racing, and not with that seam, as it's taken out now to the 42. So good field position, and 1:51 on the clock. That's plenty of time for this Kansas offense. Stuckey the return.
I'll tell you what, if there's 1 second on the clock with Todd Reesing, that's more than enough time. But you know, the way he's moved this team passing the ball, look for him to again continue with the short passing game, getting the ball out of his hands quick.
So Todd Reesing on the night is 10 of 14, 134 yards with a touchdown, 1 throwing and the other one on the ground as he rushed for a yard out.
Nickel defense, 3-3 look, 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers now in the game for the Bearcats.
Ball on the 46. Reesing with plenty of time. Rolling to his right to the sideline, and it is caught. It's a short catch, and the catch made by Pendleton.
Yeah, they're just dropping 8. They're just dropping 8 people right now, getting into the throwing lanes, not giving anything deep, not letting any passes over the top. Reesing's able to buy some time, make the completion. Going through his progression, finally finding Pendleton on the sidelines.
Here's Reesing back to live action. Oh, what a hit over the middle. What an outstanding hit. Derek Raymer in on the big-time hit, the senior from Goodland, Kansas.
A decleater. Wilson right now is going to the dentist. His bones are just rattling. His teeth are rattling. Watch this shot. Oh, right.
Let's listen in.
Painful. Painful.
Reesing running for the first down and sliding. Very aware of where that first down marker is. He gets to that point, then he slides to avoid the injury.
And that's the one thing he's going to force the defense to do now. Now they've had their chance in terms of the timeout. But they're going to have a chance now. They've got to keep their eyes on him. That's still what he has, that mobility outside the pocket. He can extend the play. Now you're going to force the defense to have to keep their eyeballs on number 5 when he's in the pocket.
So 1:12 to go in our first half, and Kansas with a couple of timeouts remaining, so plenty of time. Kansas offense has had 6 different receivers catch the football. Kerry Meyer with 3 catches, 86 yards and a touchdown. And on the night, Todd Reesing 11 of 16 for the Jayhawks for 140 yards. And for Sam Houston State, Rhett Bomar, 17 of 28, 195 yards, but a couple of picks.
Yeah, the Bearcats in that, when they drop 8 like that, they're just sitting in those throwing lanes underneath because they know that Todd Reesing likes that short passing game, crossing routes, the quick slants. So they're just going to sit people in the way, force them to throw the ball deep.
4 wide receivers for KU. They lead it 14-7. Sam Houston State showing blitz. Here they come. Reesing flush from the pocket. Wide open. And the catch is ruled no. Incomplete. They're going to say it hit the turf. And no argument there from Meyer. If you're thinking about the longest field goal this year for Kansas, it's a 47-yarder.
Yeah, they come on linebacker blitz both sides, and then Reesing's able to get outside the pocket. Tell you what, they're going to look at this. That's reviewed upstairs in the booth. They look like he got both his hands underneath the ball here. Tell you what, the booth might make a phone call down on the field. Let's take a look at it from this angle.
Can't tell.
Can't tell. Right.
Reesing, and that is short. Intended receiver for Kansas that time was Briscoe. Briscoe has been quiet. One of the only receivers without a reception tonight for KU.
You got a flag on the
1:01 to play.
After the play, personal foul, 77 on the offense. 15-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Jeremiah Hatch, a redshirt freshman out of Dallas, Texas.
Got to keep your composure. It's talking, it looks like he said somebody had a hold of his face mask. They're always going to see the second punch thrown. There's ways of taking care of that. You wait till the whistle's blown and the next play starts. I have a few techniques I could show them.
You've done it a time or two. Is that what you're telling
No,
me?
you just take care of it. Yeah, no, you just take care of the play, the next play. That's all.
So Reesing now, 3rd and 25 for the Jayhawks. One man in the backfield. Reesing standing on his own 35, trying to avoid pressure, nearly brought down. Avoids 1 sack. Now rolling to his right. Reesing making something out of nothing. Looking end zone. Does he have a man? Oh my goodness! What a play! A remarkable play from Reesing, and he hits Desmond Briscoe for the touchdown. Are you kidding me?
How do you let Desmond Briscoe get behind you like that on that play? I'm not sure where the safety's thinking about that, but that's a great, I mean, Todd Reesing able to see the field, but how about the arm strength on this play? Take a look at it. They're just dropping 8. There's nowhere to go with the ball, and he's just moving around. Look at the pocket presence, able to keep his eyes down the field the whole time and still find Desmond Briscoe and then launch the bomb for the touchdown.
One of the top plays of the college football season. What an amazing play here from Todd Reesing.
Oh, again, keeping his eyes. We talked about it. Pocket awareness, staying at home, looking down the field, trying to make a play, not always wanting to scramble, and then finding Desmond Briscoe in the end zone there. How about that throw on that? Remarkable throw. Again, working against Jeff Sparks, the safety. You got to find your receiver. You got to know where he's at on the field, and Desmond Briscoe just showing that speed. Number 5 on the year for him, touchdown.
57-yarder. Reesing. Briscoe, 21-7. Well, Mark Mangino told us on Thursday, you know what, Todd Reesing is getting better, moving out of the pocket, getting the release. Arm strength is better. He just showed us there. I mean, that is one of the great plays of the college football season.
And I think what he's doing so much, when you add all that, the one thing you add with that is his eyes down the field. He's not losing sight of his receivers, and he's staying calm and poised, just trying to buy some time instead of just thinking about scrambling. And then how about the launch on that? He puts some mustard on that ball, and Desmond Briscoe's able to run under it for a touchdown.
And it is going to be taken now at the 2-yard line. And brought down at the 20 is Brewer. That is one of the risks that you run, though, if you're Sam Houston State and do a little pooch kick. You know, you give a team like Kansas that can move the football so easily, great field position. And again, you know, it's something that I see all the time, but with an offense like this that is so relying on the pass and not so much the run, and you know that they can pass with some of the best teams in the country. You give them that kind of field position, they don't need much time.
And Todd Reesing, you know, we asked Coach Mangino about Todd Reesing and what he said, and it was simple. You know what, guys? He's got it. And he showed it right there in the field. He's got a moxie. He's got a charisma. He knows how to get it done.
Well, Sam Houston State looks like they're going to be content to take a knee. Kansas will take a timeout. I believe that is their second, so they've got one more remaining.
That is a 30-second timeout.
I tell you, he is Mr. Excitement, Todd Reesing.
Just an amazing play to make it 21-7. Tune in every Friday at 7 Eastern to catch the FCS Tailgate Tour. The FCS Tailgate Tour will take you across the country, visiting some of the biggest tailgating locations in college football. And they are visiting Texas, Oklahoma coming up on October 11th. Georgia at LSU, Florida and Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, and the BCS National Championship game. And most recently, they were at USC, Ohio State. And I think the Trojan fans came away pretty happy.
Yeah, I would say that Trojans probably played their way right into the BCS Championship down in Miami this year.
Bomar takes a knee. And Sam Houston State, down 21-7, will be content after the first 2 quarters of play, down by only 14. Bomar, the first half of play, 17 of 28, 195 yards. Todd Reesing with that bomb, 12 of 19. He's had a couple of huge plays. One to Meyer and that one to Briscoe. So 12 of 19, 197 yards. Don't forget, we will visit with Bill Self here at the half. Also a special report coming up on something we consider a lot of fun here at Fox College Sports. A little fishing to tell you about. Mark Mangino trying to get back on the winning track. Number 19 in the country, KU. Here at home, a sold-out crowd at Memorial Stadium here on Fox College Sports. What an amazing play. Another look. Todd Reesing making something out of literally nothing. 21-7, number 19 in the country on top. Well, we're at halftime, and Kansas, number 19 in the land, leads Sam Houston State by the score of 21-7 as we're set for the start of our third quarter. And what a thrill to visit with Bill Self, and congratulations to him.
You know, just a remarkable season on his part, and had a chance to talk to him about that Oklahoma State game, and that's where it turned. His team took that step up.
You take a look at the first half stats. Sam Houston State with 11 first downs, only 18 yards rushing. Passing yards, though, close to 200 and just about even, and over 200 yards in total offense. But turnovers, 2 costly ones, 14 points off those turnovers. And all you have to say is Todd Reesing. I mean, he is a story here tonight.
He's the difference maker, and right now the rushing yards for Kansas only at 68 in the first half. Is not where they need to be at. Again, that was a struggle for them in the last 3 games. Let's see what they can do in this second half.
Glad you're with us here on Fox College Sports as Kansas will have the first possession of our second half. Fielded at the 15. Herford with a hole. And it may be a hold on the play as a flag was thrown by the middle judge, and it was thrown about 20 yards.
Yeah, he's usually, yeah.
It's one of the best throws of the night.
It was definitely a weighted throw. He might be working with Todd Reesing on some of his throws the way that flag came out. Marcus Herford last year was Special Teams Player of the Year, the Big 12, averaged 28 yards. This year only averaging 9. Well, when you have penalties
Personal
like that.
Foul. Block below the waist. Number 49 of the kicking team. Be a 15-yard penalty. First down.
So that'll go against Sean Weatherford. He's a fullback out of Oklahoma. And Mark Mangino and the Kansas offense will have it 1st and 10 and very good field position.
Yeah, good field position here as they take off. Let's see what this offense can do. Again, struggled some in the first half, but number 5, Todd Reesing, with his big plays is the difference. Now it's can they sustain this? They can sustain drive and working with that running game because they're going to need it here competing in the Big 12 this year. 4
wide receivers for Reesing. Made that remarkable play in the touchdown at the end of the half. Reesing hands it off. Big hole through the right side, and they pick up the first down. And that time running the football was John Crawford Good job by the line up front.
Yeah, they did a good job. They had a little cross action in the backfield again, a little misdirection. It's just quarterback read, and all Todd Reesing's doing is reading the quarterback. The defense then comes up the field, just hands it off underneath to Jock Crawford.
So a gain of 11 on the play, 1st and 10. Just underway in the second half here on FCS. Reesing is only a junior. We forget that. Meyer is only a junior. Batted down by the defensive line up front. Well played defensively by Sam Houston State. That was Kevin Smith. He goes at 6'2", 308 pounds.
Yeah, he reads that real well, and he knows he can't get past the offensive line. So what is the first thing you do? Get your hands up immediately. Reads the quarterback's eyes, able to knock the ball down.
I asked Mark Mangino, I said, have you turned the corner with your program? And he said no. He said, I don't think you judge that until your program can stand the test of time. There has to be more years than just one.
Yeah, there is, and it has to be better than what we saw here in the first half in terms of this offense being more complete.
Reesing with plenty of time. Oh, what a quick move. Herford inside the 10. Still on his feet, down to the 3. Marcus Herford. Check that. Desmond Briscoe with the catch and a 36-yard reception. Briscoe, the wide receiver from Dallas, Texas.
Great job on a tight spin. Watch where the ball is delivered this time by Todd Reesing to the outside. Now his receiver sees that. He knows the DB's on the inside. He's able to make the spin to the inside and get away from pick up big yardage.
So it is 1st and goal with the ball on the 2. Jack Crawford. Reesing to throw. Reesing looking for the back of the end zone and out of bounds. Looking for Meyer, and he threw it away.
Yeah, just playing his own defense that time, matching up with the receiver. Nowhere to go with the ball. Todd Reesing that time just throws it out of bounds. But an excellent throw on the play before that, placing the ball on the other side from the defensive back so your receiver can make a spin, get upfield, and get big positive yardage.
Todd Reesing, new Kansas record. Just saw on our graphic. 14th career 200-yard passing game, trying to add to it here. He'll hand it off, and touchdown, Jack Crawford.
Yeah, just an inside zone play that time. And Crawford, I like the way he hit the hole. An excellent block by Chet Hartley. The right guards working with the center, getting the push. That's what you need up front. Yeah, just take a look at Hartley working across, and that's the way you've got to hit the hole. Good job by Crawford, number 3 that time. Reading the front side, knows he's got the backside A-gaps, able to make the play.
And the extra point is up and through. 28-7. Kansas leads Sam Houston State. Bomar and the Sam Houston offense will have it when we return. Well, it is all Kansas now at 28-7, leading Sam Houston State with 13:46. As Kansas offensively all of a sudden starting to roll.
Yeah, they did a good job. They had great field position that time. Moved the ball down the field, took advantage of some plays, and punching it in the red zone. The one thing about Kansas, you can know when they get to the red zone, it's pay dirt almost every time.
Brandstetter to kick it away for the Jayhawks here at Memorial Stadium. Short kick fielded at the 15. A big hit. Bearcats will have it 1st and 10. On the return, it was Brewer. Let's go back to a couple of big plays ago for the Jayhawks of Kansas.
Yeah, when you got a mobile quarterback, I want you to watch, first of all, watch the right guard. He does a good job of blocking the defensive tackle on his A-gap. Now let's freeze it right here, guys. Now, Jock Crawford presses the hole. He's going to cut back in backside. And the reason why he does, number 47, Nolan Buchek, the linebacker, he's going to read the quarterback on that. He has quarterback read. That opens up an inside lane for the running back. Easy touchdown for Crawford. Excellent job by the guys up front blocking.
Red Bomar in the first half, 17 of 28, 195 yards. Bomar to throw. And short with that toss to the wide side of the field. Intended receiver was Katron Houston, the senior from Houston, Texas. Receiving tonight for Sam Houston State, Justin Wells with 5 catches. Lucas with 4, Houston with 3. You just saw him. James Aston out of the backfield with 3, and Matkins with 2.
KU able to capture the momentum on that first drive, put 7 in, see what their defense does.
Bomar again overshoots the intended receiver. And this time, a little better pressure from the front 4 of Kansas. That was Justin Wells, the intended receiver.
Yeah, but also James Holt, the Sam linebacker in that game, came on the blitz. Was able to get pressure. And again, not always getting there, but again, you're making your quarterback think about the blitz, thinking about getting hit. That ball sailed a little bit on Rhett Bomar. He's not able to deliver the ball with the accuracy he wanted to.
Holt leads their team in tackles with 25. He had 13 at South Florida. 3rd down and 10. Bomar with pressure, but a middle screen is set up, and they've got the first down and then some. Out to the 45. Aston across midfield and brought down at the Kansas 46.
Yeah, they're just in a nickel defense that time, KU. And able to hit the middle screen that time, wide open.
Pick up a 43 on the play.
And you see the pressure coming upfield. And how about the nice run here by James Aston? Actually, is a former wrestler. Went to Ohio State for 1 year on a wrestling scholarship. Decided that's what he didn't want to do, so I'll decide I'll play football instead. I'm going to take off down the field. Some nice open field running, some good daylight running. And again, Justin Thornton able to make the tackle.
1st and 10 for the Bearcats. Man over the middle, wide open, great play action, 46-yard touchdown reception. Justin Wells. All set up with great play action. Bomar sold it, the defense bid on it, and Wells was wide open, 46-yard touchdown reception.
Great play action that time, and again, 8-man front that time by Kansas in terms of wanting to stop the run. You see the play action, the boot action, and again, Corrigan Powell, freshman cornerback, number 35, gets beat. He bites on the play action. Take a look at it. Here's the play action, and again, Powell, number 35, bites on the play action fake. Bomar is able to deliver a touchdown.
Very quiet here at Memorial Stadium in Lawrence, Kansas. Sam Houston State strikes right back with a 46-yard touchdown catch. It's 28-14. 28-14 in favor of Kansas, but Rhett Bomar leads the Bearcats right down the field. Didn't take long, just 44 seconds, 4 plays, 79 yards. Remember, at one point they had 3rd and 10.
And they hit that big middle screen, and we had some missed tackles by Kansas in the secondary. And then again, Rhett Bomar getting single coverage on the outside. Nice play action fake, able to deliver the big touchdown.
The kick is going to be taken. Nope, out of bounds, and a flag as it rolls out of bounds. And again, KU will have good field position. Todd Reesing, 13 of 22 on the night, 228 yards, 2 touchdowns. Boy, is he good.
Yeah, he is. Very good tonight.
Free kick out of bounds.
Hear the penalty.
Kansas will take the ball on the 40-yard line. First down.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and freeze it right here, guys. You can see 8 men up in the box, 3 linebackers. You got your safety Stuckey up. So what that tells me is on the outside, you're man up. And most likely Powell, the corner on the outside, bid on that play action fake. That's the reason why he's 3 steps behind. Bomar's able to deliver the touchdown. Justin Wells.
1st and 10 on the 40. They'll swing it out to the right side. And nearly a late hit on the play, but no flag. That was Jock Crawford, who was hit out of bounds with 12:54 to go in our 3rd quarter of play. Attendance tonight, 51,767, the 4th largest KU crowd here at Memorial Field.
This whole team that just exploded in the first half behind Todd Reesing.
12:40 to play, and Reesing with 1 man, Crawford in the backfield. Wants to throw the football, wanted to go deep, he can't. Rolls to his left. Look at Reesing again. Loses the football, hops on it, and a big loss. as Reesing couldn't find anybody and give the coverage team of the Bearcats a lot of credit.
Yeah, it is great coverage. Also, good job by the offensive line, give him some time. But Todd Reesing at this point, you can see that nothing's going to happen. He's got to just get rid of the football. You don't want to carry it around like a loaf of bread. That was almost very costly. Chris Brown, number 8, almost able to pick up that fumble.
3rd and 26. And there's a look at Chris Brown, the defensive end. He plays end, and he's only 220 pounds.
Very quick. As I said, 7 sacks last year. Actually played for Texas in 2005 when they won the national championship.
So Reesing, a long 3rd down here. A little shovel pass as they try to set up the screen. Watch out. Unbelievable. 3rd and 26. And Jack Crawford picks up the 1st down for Kansas. That cannot happen if you're the Bearcats.
Yeah, but an excellent job that time by Todd Reesing in terms of setting up that shovel pass on that. And again, the reason why you want to set this up, defense tackles have a little trouble. All they want to do is work the ends up the field. You see the safeties work to the outside. Now Jack Crawford got a free lane for a big 1st down.
4 wide receivers for Todd Reesing. Reesing, a big night. Closing in on 300 yards passing. Plenty of time again. Meyer the catch, spins upfield across the 40. And down at the 37. Boy, he's a good player.
I'll tell you what, where he places the ball all the time for his receivers, he allows them to be able to stop their momentum, make a tight spin, and get going north and south. The yards after catch, always 4, 5, 6 yards every time after they catch the ball.
What's unique about Meyer, he holds the school record in passing and receiving touchdown passes as a freshman. That's amazing. He was so good on the field, they had to find a place for him, so he's the backup quarterback and also a wide receiver. Crawford down at the 35.
Yeah, and watch this time now. They go ahead on that quarterback read. Watch for Todd Reesing to go ahead and keep that ball. If Buchek, the linebacker, number 47, is going to play that hard down inside, that's wide open for Todd Reesing to take that ball, scamper into the end zone.
1st and 10 at the 35.
1st and 10 with the ball on the 35 for Kansas. Reesing standing on the 40-yard line. Oh, batted down in front and nearly picked off. If that's not batted down, that may have been 6, because there was an open man that looked to be Jonathan Wilson.
Yeah, number 81. He just running the slant on that play.
Simon got a hand on it.
And take a look at Simon. He just goes up. He gets a hand, but that you are right. Wilson just running in the zone that time. He had a lot of real estate in front of him. Probably would be in the end zone for 6.
9th consecutive 200-yard passing game. Already owns that record. 14th career 200-yard passing game, which establishes a new Kansas record for Todd Reesing here tonight. Reesing, 2nd down, has plenty of time. Now over the middle, it's Meyer. Upended inside the 15. He just got way too much time.
Yeah, if you get a quarterback, you're only going to rush 3 like this. You know, you got to make sure guys get in the throwing lane. But this is a great job by Todd Reesing keeping his eyes down the field. Now what they're playing is quarters coverage. So he's right. He's going through his progression. Now he steps outside the pocket and he waits for Meyer to come back across the field, finds a hole in the zone, able to make the completion.
9:50 to go in our 3rd quarter of play. Reesing and the Kansas offense, 2nd time in the 2nd half, starting to march down the field. And that's going to be going nowhere. Jack Crawford losing yardage on the play. They are not able right now to run the football, and that is a major concern for Mark Mangino going into this game. Can they establish a running game of some sort?
Yeah, and they've been having problems, and the offensive line coach and also the run coordinator, John Reagan's done a remarkable job. In 2005, they were 134 yards average, 2006, 176, and last year, 188. So the frustration level is there right now, but to win in this Big 12, you're going to have a complementary running game.
9 minutes to go, 3rd quarter, 2nd down and 14. Play clock is down to 2 at 1. And now whistles. Is there going to be a timeout taken? Yes.
Kansas, 1st timeout of the half.
So KU has to take a timeout. There's a look at Mark Mangino. step aside as well. 8:52 to go in our third quarter of play. 28-14 KU. With a touchdown tonight, Kansas inside the red zone, 15 of 17 on the year. As far as resulting in points.
That's what you need to do. You can talk about stats, but if you get down the red zone, it's all about scoring, offensively and defensively. You got to be able to punch it in, and KU does a great job. Not very good, but a great job of that when they hit the red zone.
Richard Boldinger alongside. I'm Dan McLaughlin. Chris Muskoff helping us up here as well. Racing is set out of the shotgun. Meyer a diving catch, and maybe he dove back to the original line of scrimmage. They may have lost a yard or two on that play.
Yeah, they didn't look like they were hooked up on that in terms of Meyer. You can see Todd Reesing was thinking he was going to be upfield a little bit more on that route. And again, you're trying on that screen, that little bubble screen, you're trying to hit him in stride, wide receiver or running back. Hit him in stride, so now they're in open field, they can make a play.
3rd and 17. They've already converted a long third down here in the second half. They were pinned back 3rd and 26. Crawford picked up a first down. Reesing feeling pressure, steps up, and incomplete. No flag on the play. It's a good job defensively. That was Briscoe that they were looking for, and in on the coverage was Brewer, the cornerback.
Yeah, he had Jock Crawford, number 3, the back. Watch Jock Crawford just kind of sneak out of the backfield, settle down over in the middle. He's wide open. Todd Reesing can't find him. He goes to Briscoe, but again, good coverage on the outside.
This will be a 37-yard attempt. Meyer is the holder. Brandstetter is the kicker. Freshman from Lawton, Oklahoma. And the kick is up and no good. It is no good. And so a big turn here for Sam Houston State. Brandstetter misses the 37-yarder.
Yeah, we talked about in the red zone how KU's been so effective, but to come away with no points right now, there's not a good comfort level at KU, even though they're up by 2 touchdowns. It's the way the Bearcats have been able to move the ball down the field.
I wish you did basketball, because you're going to be wishing it you were on this. FCS will be sending 10 lucky guests to the Virgin Islands to attend the 2008 Men's Paradise Jam basketball tournament. Log on to fcsparadisejam.com for your chance to win a trip to the U.S. Virgin Islands. Here's Bomar with plenty of time over the middle. And incomplete. Looked like he had a wide open receiver. Matkins, you see pictured there, looked to be open, but Bomar could not hook up.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what, though, but look for him now to go back out to Katron Houston, number 2. He's one-on-one. He's lined up against Powell, the freshman left cornerback. And look for him to go back there on that slant, because Houston was wide open. Makes that pitch and catch. He's running for 6.
8:02 to play in our third quarter from Memorial Stadium in Lawrence, Kansas. Bomar will keep it himself on the ground. Let's hope he's not hurt, as the way that he was tackled and went down, that didn't look good. Remember, he's been dealing with a sore knee. He's slow to get up, and now he's holding his right calf, it looks like.
Looks like he's got a little bit of a cramp.
It was James Holt in on the stop.
James Holt on the tackle. He actually comes on the blitz and reaches out with his right arm. Yeah, it looks like he got a cramp. Kind of just took a shot. Sniper got it.
3rd and 6. Sam Houston State 2 for 8 on third downs tonight. Bomar trying to swing it out, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver was James Aston. And see that Bomar is limping towards the sideline. And that's the first time in a while that they have not been able to move it offensively.
Yeah, they did a good job mixing up the coverage that time. Only it looked like they had 3. They walked the linebackers up, brought them back out, only rushed 3, dropped 8 that time, able then to get into the throwing lanes. Even if they would have made that completion, inside pursuit would have been there for the tackle.
Damon Patterson is back to receive for KU. Low kick, wobbly, fielded at the 40. Stays on his feet. Patterson. knocked out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Good job to keep his feet.
Yeah, it was good balance and everything. One of the freshmen is making a difference for this team. Leads team in all-purpose yards with 104 yards. Has a return punt for a touchdown, caught 2 touchdown passes, but great speed. I'll tell you what, you don't coach that. That's just something you're born with.
Todd Reesing, the quarterback, coming into play for Kansas. NCAA rankings here in 08. First in completions, 5th in passing yards a game at 347. He's approaching that 5th in total offense. And he's among the active career leaders in most of those categories as well. And he's still got a long way to go. Reesing will roll to his right. Not much in the way of any kind of pressure. He'll tuck it under and picks up maybe 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, on that play, all you're doing is rolling out. You're looking low, high. You're seeing where the corners, where the linebacker is that time. But they bracketed over the high receiver. Linebacker was underneath. You know where to go with the ball. Good job by Todd Reesing, tucking it, trying to get as many yards as he can.
A pickup of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7. Play clock is down to 5. They will use most of that play clock. Switching plays at the line of scrimmage. Reesing will tuck it. Dives ahead for the 1st down. Cross midfield and into Bearcat territory.
Yeah, we just had pressure on the outside that time by the Bearcats defensive line. Nowhere to go downfield. Again, good coverage downfield. We're just playing just man-to-man, man free over the top. Todd Reesing sees it, can't go anywhere with the football, tucks it, and takes off.
The one problem is that the coverage has been good, but there's no pressure up front because there's so many people playing back defensively.
Yeah, there is, but that's what they've done. They've done a good job mixing up coverage and pressure the Bearcats all night on defense.
Run this time to the right side. Crawford knocked out of bounds near the 30-yard line. They'll mark it at the 29, it looks like. That was Randy Stewart, the safety that had to come up and make the stop. He's out of Magnolia, Texas.
Yeah, on the outside that time, Jonathan Wilson, number 81, made a nice block on the outside as a wide receiver. One of the things that Coach Mangino wanted to see in the game this week was his wide receivers blocking better.
Todd Reesing with the ball resting on the 29. 1st and 10 for Kansas. Kansas with 17 first downs tonight. Sam Houston State with 13. Crawford shifts positions. Reesing with pressure. And he's going to be brought down. A sack for Sam Houston State. And they needed that. And in on the stop there was Derek Raymer, the linebacker out of Goodland, Texas.
Yeah, just at a 4-man front. Derek Raymer, the linebacker. He's just going to walk from the outside, come off the edge, and they just lose him in the count that time. But I'm going to tell you what, Jock Crawford had the inside guy. That's got to be Todd Reesing. He's got to know that there's only so many men on that backside who can block. He's got to be able to handle that safety, get rid of the ball.
Well, KU has been on a roll here at home. They have won 11 consecutive home games. They've won 16 straight games against non-conference opponents. Trying to do that again tonight against Sam Houston State. Reesing over the middle, through behind the intended receiver, short of the 1st down. But the catch is made by Desmond Briscoe.
Yeah, doing a good job. Single coverage on the bottom that time. Desmond Briscoe just working against man. Able to just hook up over the middle. Todd Reesing finds him. Good job in the formation. Trips left, then they come back to Desmond Briscoe. Good job in the route running in terms of shaking people off. Now settling down and making the catch.
3rd and 3 for this offense. They're 6 of 10 on 3rd down conversions tonight. Meyer is the man in motion. Reesing short with the throw and short for a 1st down. Will they go for it here on 4th down, or will they try another field goal? Remember, they just missed a 37-yarder.
Right now, I think the way, probably saying people we should kick it, but I'm going to tell you what, I think Coach Mangino wants to challenge his team right now in terms of getting this 1st down, put 7 on the board, and put this game away.
Crowd was yelling for him to go for it. That's what they will do. 4th and 3. Real big play in this game is right here. 4:30 to go in our 3rd quarter. Sam Houston State needs a stop. Reesing with time. Flush from the pocket. Meyer, who else? Inside the 10 as they pick up the 1st down. Whenever they need a big play, Kerry Meyer steps up That's his 7th catch. He's over 100 yards.
Yeah, number 10 just starts blinking on the boards everywhere. Todd Reesing always finds him again. Doing a great job again. Cover 2. There's nowhere to go down the field. Trips formation. Safeties are there. Todd Reesing just finds some time. And again, great job by Kerry Meyer knowing his quarterback's in trouble. Come back to him.
Pickup of 14. Well, you should know, being a former quarterback himself. Reesing pitches to Crawford. And they pick up maybe 2 on the play. Bring up 2nd and goal. I mean, that's the one thing about Meyer, is that when Reesing, like you said, when he's in trouble, you know, Meyer, being a quarterback himself, knows where to find those little spots and probably has a sense of timing as to when he is in trouble.
But finding those spots, that's the good words. He knows the place in the zone. He settles down and finds that open space. So now your quarterback has a nice throwing lane to deliver the ball.
2nd down and 7 as they picked up 1 yard. 2nd and goal. They'll try the same play to the left side. Ball is loose. And KU has picked it up, and 3rd down upcoming. Per player for KU, but watch this as he tried to pitch this forward, it looked like.
Yeah, it is, and I'm going to tell you what,
the previous play is under review.
There's a player that was down for Kansas, big lineman Jeff Spikes, a freshman, but he slowly got up, and this play is under review.
Yeah, it is under review, and I was just taking a look at the front side, and he was trying to cooperate block with the tight end, Tim Beery. They couldn't get it done.
Was Kansas recovered 3rd down.
Take a look at it again. Beery and Jeff Spikes working, and then you see the pressure. They split the double team, and there's the pitch. Great job by Jeff Spikes.
What's the review for? Fumble or intended pass?
See who recovered the ball.
I think Mark Mangino is asking the official the same thing. Why are we reviewing that play?
To see who recovered. I guess they're not sure who recovered the ball.
They had that down on the field.
Or that, or the spot of the ball could be the only 2 things I can see them what they're reviewing. Take a look at it one more time. You see it.
Could be a shovel pass with the intended receiver being Crawford.
It was a regular pitch on that play.
I thought Crawford, though, was in front of him. So it could be ruled an incomplete pass. Then you have to go back to the, instead of it not being a fumble, go back to where the spot was on the previous play. The change in downs.
Again, if it was behind the line of scrimmage. So I guess that would be the only thing. The only thing I thought it was maybe who recovered, but as you said, they called it on the field.
After video review, the ruling, it was a forward pass, incomplete. It will be 3rd down and goal from the 7-yard line on the right hash mark. The clock will be at 3:21.
So again, it is a incomplete pass.
You've been in the old rule book this week.
It's called doing just do your homework, Richard. Okay.
I've got Chris next to me up here doing it all for me.
He's the best. So 3rd down and 7. Reesing has been money inside the 10. Crawford is in the backfield with him. They'll put him into the slot as a receiver. Sam Houston State showing blitz. Here they come. Reesing in trouble. Gets out of trouble. Throws towards the end zone. Up in the air and incomplete. Looking for Meyer. Justin Humphrey was there. Buchek was there. They came with the blitz, and Reesing somehow was able to avoid the sack, and this should be a chip shot for a field goal.
Yeah, they tried to rock Crawford to the outside here, but the safeties came to the outside, covered that, so there was no problem with the trips. But then Buchek comes on the blitz, and then how about that shot? How about that throw to Meyer, almost splitting coverage?
A 25-yard field goal attempt. They just missed a 37. And this is up, and it is good. Adds to the Kansas lead.
Kansas 31,
So number 19 in the land with a lead here at home. A sold-out crowd at Memorial Stadium in Lawrence, Kansas. 31-14 in favor of the Jayhawks.
Yeah, finding 3 points on that drive. But an excellent job on the defense that time by the Bearcats in terms of seeing his empty backfield. Will go ahead and send the blitz, but Todd Reesing still able to almost come away with a big play.
To make sure that you get Fox College Sports, call your local cable provider or call 1-877-2-GET-FCS. You can also visit our website at foxcollegesports.com for more information. But a good ball game tonight. Big stop there for Sam Houston State to only allow the field goal. Very easily could have been a touchdown. So it's a couple times now that they've come away and really, if you're Kansas, you're talking about a missed field goal. When their offense was rolling, they're thinking at least 7 or at least 3, but they miss getting points, and then that time they hold them on a first, second, third and goal, and then the chip shot, the 25-yard.
And I'm going to guarantee that Coach Mangino still doesn't have a comfort feeling right now. I mean, I know they're up 31-14, but he can't be happy with his defense. Too many big plays tonight.
And the kick will be fielded at the 10. Sidestepping a tackler. And brought down
Returned by number 2
is Katron Houston. And that's where Sam Houston State will take it, 1st and 10. Coming up next Saturday, September 27th on Fox College Sports, you can catch Oregon as they visit Washington State at 6 Eastern. And Stanford travels to Washington at 10 Eastern. We hope you join us next Saturday here on Fox College Sports. 4 wide receivers for the Bearcats. Brett Bomar, the senior quarterback who was with Oklahoma. Kansas showing blitz. Here they come. Bomar flush from the pocket, has to throw it away. The offensive line for the Bearcats did not pick up the blitz, and Bomar had no time to throw.
Yeah, they're good job by Dakota Lewis and also Joe Mortensen, both hitting the same gap. Can't pick up both of them, but there's the speed of Mortensen, and that's as good as a sack. Quarterback's got to throw the ball away.
2:57 to go in our third quarter. You're watching live action college football, number 19, Kansas. Sam Houston State. Richard Baldinger, Dan McLaughlin here on Fox College Sports. Bomar to throw. Little seam. Well short of the first down, maybe a pickup of 5. The catch was made by Houston. Check that, Chris Lucas, the wide receiver.
And Kansas will give those all night long in the underneath plays. 2 or 3 couple yards on the play. Keep it in front of you, make the tackle. Rick Bomar know where to go. He's going to take the check down. Rich Lucas makes the play. Good open field tackle by Kansas.
Bomar 2 for 9. His offense on third down conversions. 3rd and 6. Bomar to the sideline. They pick up the first down. The catch made by Chris Lucas.
Yeah, and he was trying to, you can see Rip Bomar, he was disgusted there trying to get the snap, but he was trying to get an audible to his wide receiver, Chris Lucas, but they were still able to hook up on the quick out. That time Bomar saw the blitz coming. He was able to deliver a hot route on the outside of Chris Lucas.
Kansas trying to improve to 3-1. Their next ball game will be at Iowa State as they open up Big 12 play. Bomar to throw. Knocked down in front. 2nd and 10. Brett Bomar tonight, 21 of 37, closing in on 300 yards. 291 on the night. That was knocked down by Blakesley, Caleb Blakesley, the defensive tackle from Kansas.
Yeah, you see the competitor that he is and the way he sees the field and understanding of the game. Coach Whitten talked about he's such a student, always studying, always wanted to know what he can do better. Here doing a good job of reading the blitz, able to get the ball out of his hands.
1:53 to go. Bomar underthrew his receiver, but the catch is made. Heck of a play by Houston with the catch and a first down.
Yeah, just working against Stuckey, and again, he's getting time in the pocket. Red Bomar is able to set his feet And when you get a throwing lane like this, it's so easy to just kind of peruse the field, able to just throw against the zone. Receiver Houston just settles down, makes the hook up. Again, look at that throwing lane. Houston just in that time just running a little slant against Stuckey. He's able to settle down and just make the catch.
Bomar 1st and 10 with the ball on the 45. Middle of the field, nearly picked off. It's bouncing around, and the 3rd interception for Kansas on the night. He threw in the coverage, and the pick. Justin Morton with the pick.
I think it was Stuckey, though, that's saying I should have had the interception in this one. They're going to have to share on this one. Brett Bomar goes over the middle. Shouldn't have gone here with the ball. Again, excellent job by the safety, Thornton and Stuckey all night long, seeing the ball. And again, man coverage working against Chris Lucas.
Well, that's a good break by Stuckey to deflect it, rake in on the pass. So outstanding play by Darryl Stuckey, the junior from Kansas City, Missouri. And then the interception. The 3rd pick against Bomar tonight. Twice he's thrown into coverage. The 1 pick was off his receiver's hands and a ball that should have been caught. Now you give Reesing in this offense some life. Crawford, a pickup of 4 on the play. Jack Crawford, the ball carrier, just over a minute to go in our 3rd quarter.
Yeah, just watching Stuckey and Thornton all night long. They do a great job on the coverage, sitting right on the inside hip of the receivers, able to make a break on the ball. When the receiver looks, they look. And again, going for the ball, not the receiver.
Think about this, Richard. 4:04 was the scoring drive, 4 minutes, 4 seconds for Kansas last possession. That was the first scoring drive of the night. Longer than 1:20 for either team. Either team. So quick hitting when they do it. Reesing throws it to Quigley, incomplete. Quigley out of the backfield.
And I'll tell you what, you're just looking at Kevin Smith, number 57. He's had a really good game tonight. Also Chris Brown, Ryan Gloston. I mean, these guys for the Bearcats, they have come to play tonight. They put pressure on Todd Reesing. Good coverage on the backside. That's why Todd hasn't been able to go down the field here in the 2nd half.
Kansas, their first time they were ranked since 1996 last year. Number 19 right now. And wide open. Catch made and a 1st down. Pendleton. He picks up his 3rd catch of the night.
And Pendleton just settling down. Again, inside the zone, just settling down. And again, Todd Reesing rolling out of the pocket, finding Pendleton, and again, nice yards after the catch.
1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10. Reesing hands it off. What very well could be the final play of our 3rd quarter. Some of the fans don't like the late hit, but no whistle, no flag on that play. And slow to get up for Sam Houston State is Kevin Smith, the defensive lineman. He made the tackle. Another look at the interception. 4th quarter upon us here in Lawrence. Costly pick from Brett Bomar. The 3rd of the night. Number 19, Kansas up 31-14. 14, Kansas. The start of our 4th quarter. This is the 3rd straight year against a Southland Conference opponent. They defeated Northwest Louisiana back in 06. Last year, Southeast Louisiana 62-0. But tonight, Sam Houston State has given them a pretty good game so far, 31-14.
Yeah, they battled them in the trenches so far. You know, they've done a good job up front, but just giving up some big plays.
Reesing on the night, 20 of 35, 329 yards, but the big one you look at, no interceptions, couple of touchdowns. Reesing with time, scrambling, and he will run out of bounds at the 45. He was pushed out of bounds and no flag on the play.
Not really sure what they were looking at. He's 5 yards out of bounds, but when he got pushed on that play. Take a look at it. Nothing downfield. Again, only rushing 3. Everyone's in the throwing lanes. Nothing for the short passing game. Todd Reesing sees it, puts it away.
Well, you know what? The contact at the end was a body flying into Reesing and not intentional. But when he was pushed out, it did look like
Antonio Cobb, 97.
you might be able to get him where a late hit.
Yeah. Got to be careful on the side. It's so slippery on the side with the track. Careful you don't lose your quarterback.
Timeout. Kansas.
Mark Mangino will take a timeout. His 7th season here at KU. 7th season as a head coach in the college ranks. Mangino and the Jayhawks on top. Mark Mangino was hot during this timeout as we went to break with the officials. In particular, I'm assuming it's over the non-call, roughing the passer, or the extra little play here, a little push.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what I think of Antonio Cobb, 97. He's really the one who did the push. Chris Brown tripped over his leg, so
could have been really unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, you've got to be careful in the sidelines too, because they have the track here. It's so slippery.
There was no charge team timeout for Kansas. The play clock should have been reset to 25 seconds.
KU offense with 2 wide receivers with 100 yards tonight. Kerry Meyer with 129. Desmond Briscoe with 104.
He's had a big night, a couple big plays, but also too catching the ball, yards after catch. Kerry Meyer able to find a spot, knowing where his quarterback is all the time.
3rd and 2 for the Jayhawks. 4 wide receivers, 1 man in the backfield. That's Crawford. Oh, how about that throw? Threading the needle, you bet. And Meyer has his 8th catch of the night. What a great throw.
Yeah, Meyer just gets sandwiched between Raymer, linebacker, and knows he's going to get hit on the quick out. But how about the release by Todd Reesing? Watch the throw, watch the ball come over the top, and look at the velocity. He's able to split 2 defenders.
Ball at the 47. It's 1st and 10 for the Kansas Jayhawks. Trying to add to their 31-14 lead. Reesing, a high snap, keeps it himself across midfield. Nifty move and tackled at the 40. Made 1 defender miss and then tackled at that 40-yard line.
That's just quarterback read that time. Oh, he's just watching the linebacker that time. Boot check 47. He just works outside. Then he comes down looking for Crawford. They were able to pick him up. Reesing keeps it, gets to the outside for 1st down.
Little arm tackle that time by Robinson. There's Crawford, close to a 1st down. Kansas now with 20 1st downs on the night. We'll see if they have number 21 here.
And they're going to have to challenge this defense. You know, a lot of times they've only been rushing 3, trying to throw rushing 3 by the Bearcats, throwing a short passing game as we have an injury on the field.
You see 2 100-yard receivers, Meyer and Briscoe. 3rd time this season, 8th time in school history. How about this? 4 different wide receivers with 100-yard receiving games this season. Now, the last time that happened for KU was back in 1983. And that's probably going to happen an awful lot this year, because coming into play, Kansas, 80% of their offense is through the air. It was 60% in 07. But as we've seen, Sam Houston State has been content to say, all right, we'll rush 3, back everybody off, because KU right now is not running the football.
No, they're not, and that's the reason why they've had success. And now that you see them mixing up, they're going to come with 4 to see if they can get pressure. They've done a pretty good job throwing off, shutting down those underneath routes.
34 rushes for Kansas, just over 100 yards at 105. Reesing will pitch it. Nearly tripped up was Quigley, and then he was brought down.
Yeah, Raymer, 39. He got upfield. The linebacker, number 39, working against Pendleton. He did a good job of getting upfield. Got some yardage on the play, but it could have been bigger. Pendleton, the wide receiver, watch number 9. He's going to come and then watch Raymer get up the field. See, he beats that block, and that's enough to cause Quigley to slow up. Now Pursuit's able to there keep from any positive yardage on the play.
Quigley, who is from Texas, carried the ball 11 times in the 1st half, most ever in a 1st half for him, and he finished up with 48 yards, also the most he had ever had in a half. Quigley is in the backfield. Play clock at 1. They'll get it off. Reesing over the middle. And our official is drilled right at the 25-yard line, and let's hope he's going to be all right. Stanley Garrett in on the coverage, and the reception made by Desmond Briscoe.
And being an umpire, that's a tough place to be. But I'll tell you what, how about Stanley Briscoe on the quick slant, the throw that time by Reesing. He sees the middle of the field open up, and then we see our umpire. I'll tell you what, that's a tough fall. You get tripped up like that falling backwards. Make sure you don't fall the wrong way. You can break something easily.
Just over 12 minutes to go. Kansas trying to take a chunk off the clock. Quigley as they run the football near the 20-yard line. It was something that Mark Mangino and his coaching staff had talked about. The fact is they need to establish a running game, and it has to be better before they start Big 12 play.
Yeah, just looking at front now, Mays on the left guard here working against Smith this time. Sustain, keep bringing your feet, but you've got to be able to do better because it takes the life out of the defensive line. If they don't have to play the run, by the fourth quarter, they're going to hurt your offensive line in terms of pass rush.
Reesing will stand on his 25 as again he'll work out of the shotgun. Quigley is back there with him, protection. Now he has to run to his left, tucks it, steps out of bounds, short of the first down marker. So 3rd and 2 it looks like to get to that first down.
Yeah, you see Chris Brown, the defensive end that time, all his job was to just kind of spy and watch Todd Reesing. Look at him walk up the field. He gets knocked down, but he's going to get up again and keep working to the outside, making sure that Todd Reesing doesn't get out there.
Todd Reesing tonight, another fantastic game. 22 of 37, 346 yards. No picks. He's had 42 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. As Todd Reesing, think about that, 42 touchdowns and 9 interceptions in the 16 games that he had started coming into this season. That's
phenomenal
amazing.
numbers. I don't care if it's spread or what. Just taking a look in the middle now. We get a good double team that time, and Cantwell comes off the linebacker. But I like the way Quigley's running. That's the way you keep your pads now. Sometimes you got to become your own blocker. But again, guys sustaining, getting some positive yardage.
Kerry Meyer has a career-high 136 yards receiving tonight. He had just set his previous mark against South Florida. So he breaks that tonight against Sam Houston State. Quigley sidesteps a tackler, and he is going to be brought down near the 10-yard line.
Yeah, those numbers you're talking about, that, what was that, 46 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. I mean, that ratio is just, you know, you talk about the spread and everything, but still, though, you had that many touchdowns to interceptions. That's showing somebody who understands the game, knows where to go with the football, and doesn't make mistakes. You're going to win with a quarterback like that every time.
And KU is the only school in the NCAA ranks with 3 players averaging 6 catches a game. Kerry Meyer with 8 on the night. Reesing over the middle. Short of the end zone is Desmond Briscoe. They'll have it 1st and goal.
From Todd Reesing.
Billy Skinner, the safety, had to come up to make a touchdown saving hit.
Yeah, Briscoe just coming from your left-hand side. Again, Reesing's getting some trouble, and Briscoe's still trying to get the call from the sidelines. Again, it looks like there was some confusion in the zone that time. I don't know if that was design delay, but Briscoe's able to get over the middle and make the completion.
Quigley is in the backfield with Reesing. Play clock is down to 5. Reesing. Oh, my goodness. You talk about a face mask. We can call that up here. Reesing wrestled to the ground. John Gorey, who's a senior from Marshall, Texas, is going to be whistled for the infraction.
On the defense, number 56.
That might be 30 yards.
Automatic first down.
I think he took Todd Reesing's head on that play.
And seeing Mark Mangino just staring over at the sideline of Sam Houston State.
Yeah, and on that play, too, Tim Berry, the tight end, he's got to look to come down. He tried to position block, and Gorey that time just shot up the field. It's down on the goal line, but I'll tell you what, an ugly face mask.
Mark Mangino has not even looked in the direction of his team on the field. He's been staring over at Sam Houston State. And there's a touchdown. Quigley is in. 1-yard plunge.
In the red zone, scoring points. The big guys up front. I like Cantwell. Good job of bringing your feet. And also, too, Mays on the backside. Watch everyone bring your feet. Take somebody somewhere. But I like Cantwell, the center. Excellent job working with his right guard. Chet Hartley to get a double team to point of attack. Movement, good things are going to happen. Your back's in the end zone for a touchdown.
Brandstetter for the extra point, drills it. And now you look up, sizable lead, 38-14. Todd Reesing, a huge night 14. Number 19, Kansas in the land with a lead here at home. 9:24 to go. I know you always look at being inside that red zone and the efficiency, and for the most part, Kansas has done a pretty good job there tonight.
They have, and they got it done, and the big guys up front, the big uglies, made it happen on that drive, on that last play. But you know what? It's the Super Bowl down there. You're talking about stats, but what do you do when you get down inside the red zone? What you've seen Kansas do tonight is they just score points.
Handled at the 5-yard line. Houston brought down at the 15.
Jake Sharp on the tackle. We haven't called his name tonight.
Catch the 3rd annual Boat U.S. National Collegiate Bass Fishing Championship. The first episode will appear on Fox College Sports October 1st. Visit foxcollegesports.com to see if your school took home the trophy at the 3rd annual Boat U.S. National Collegiate Bass Fishing Championship. Now KU's next game, as we mentioned, on the road. Their last 10 road games, they're 5-5, but 4 of the 5 losses have been by 1 score. Late in games decided in the final 2 minutes under Mark Mangino, they've lost 8 times. Now, a lot of that has to do with, just trying to get your program over the hump and believing that you can win those tight games. And Mark Mangino said that, basically last week, a tight game, even though we lost, he said there is no better lesson than losing. He said, I don't care what you do, what you teach on the field, there's no better lesson than losing. Now, do you want to lose? Of course not. But he feels that his team learns from it, and now they finally say, we're not supposed to lose these games, as they try to set up a screen to the left side, and the defense of KU is there. But coming off that loss, he's saying, hey, our kids believe that every time now we step on the field, we can play with the Oklahomas, we can play with the Texas, we can play with Missouri, and we should be competing in the top 25 and doing it year in and year out.
Yeah, and the one thing, just asking Coach, we continue this point, I said, how were the players this week? How did they react? He said, in the past, they probably would have felt sorry for themselves. This group, he said they were mad. The next day in practice, he said they were going at it. So that's the different energy level you want to see, and they've taken care of the momentum here in this game, getting on top. 2nd down and 6.
Bomar will tuck it under. Keeps it himself, and they'll pick up the 1st down. Boy, he created that play. Nicely done by Bomar. He just keeps on firing. That's his 42nd attempt tonight.
He just finds a way to just escape a sack on that play. I think it was number 81, Russell Borson, coming on the outside that time. But
Jeff Wheeler also.
He was able to sidestep him and make a throw.
Look at the KU schedule upcoming. At Iowa State on the 4th of October, then Colorado. At number 2, Oklahoma. Then number 11, Texas Tech will come here. Then Kansas State, Nebraska. And then Texas and Missouri. Boy, you got number 7 and number 5 coming to your place. Of course, against Missouri, that's at Arrowhead in Kansas City.
Talk about climbing Mount Everest.
Bomar somehow kept it himself, and somehow he's able to pick up a 1st down. Great effort from Red Bomar.
Yeah, that Jeff Wheeler, I thought I had him sacked, but Red Bomar able to show some strength, determination. He's getting up a little gingerly. Take a look at it.
Chris Harris with the tackle. You'll see him come into play.
That was Laptad, number 91. Excuse me. I thought he had him sacked. He had him in the bullseye. Red Bomar just running over people. It was a shot to Chris Harris, cornerback.
Bomar has been limping throughout the night, whether it was a cramp in his right calf or dealing with that sore left knee. 7:20 to play. They'll hand it off this time. A short gain, 2nd effort, and a pickup of maybe 5 to make that a little bit better.
You like the way the Bearcats continue the run, driving the ball.
James Aston with the carry that time.
Keep your feet going. Competitive. Coach Witten's team was here. They did some good things, and there's still some question marks on this KU team. We know they're on top right now. They can score some big points. But right now, I'm still not happy with the balance of this offense. Todd Reesing, was one who can make some big plays. But when you go play in this competitive Big 12, you take a look at some of the teams. This team's going to have to be more balanced, KU on offense.
Kansas at least 6 wins in the last 3 seasons. And there's another first down. It was such a magical year for KU. They had a 3,000-yard passer, Todd Reesing, a 1,000-yard rusher in McAnderson, 100-yard receiver in Henry. And it was the first time in school history they held an opponent under 120 yards rushing per game in the past 4 years. And with all that offense, that was the first time that had happened since the early 1960s.
Amazing. And it all starts with number 5, Todd Reesing, his ability to make plays on the field, his understanding of the game. And he's such a leader. People just rally around him on the field.
Bomar sets up a little screen, but KU very quickly pounces on it. James Holt, the linebacker, making the tackle as the catch was made by Justin Wells. He's had a nice night.
And you know, the one thing you've got to also understand about the, here in defense in Kansas, you've got Isaiah Barfield, 29. He's a freshman. You got Powell. He's a freshman. You got Chris Harris right now, who's a sophomore. So you've got 3 cornerbacks on this team. 2 of them are sophomores.
Yeah, the big hitting plays against South Florida. They had 13 plays. 20 or more yards in that game, but came up short at the end. The blitz is there and incomplete. Omar recognized it. The intended receiver that time was Chris Lucas. Also Matkins was in the area.
And Joe Mortensen, linebacker that time, number 8, coming on the blitz. Able to get in the quarterback's face that time, disrupt the throw.
Mark Mangino, first coach to win the Royals National Assistant Coach of the Year back in 2000 with Oklahoma, and the National Head Coach of the Year. He's won both of those. First man to do that ever.
Yeah, just, it's remarkable what he's done. Talking with him about, you see this play, what he's done in terms of building up the self-esteem of the players.
He's also the first coach in Kansas history as a timeout is taken to lead the Jayhawks to 3 bowls. A timeout taken. 3rd and 10 coming up when we come back. We're currently in an 11-game winning streak for Kansas here at home, and Mark Mangino was telling Richard and I during the week, when he first got here, he said the players almost were embarrassed and self-esteem was a real issue.
It is, and it's something you have to build up for your players, because it was so, they had some spotted success but never had backed it up year in and year out. These players were told that they weren't good. The parents told them, the people in town, but that's what
parents
he had to do. The parents told them too.
That's pretty rough. 3rd and 10. Bomar with protection. Watch out. Brought down. And may have been taken out of field goal range. And Bomar is slow to get up. Leptad was in there for the sack.
Yeah, that's just complete hustle, and great job on Leptad. Not giving up on the play, just keep working, and that's how your sacks develop. Good coverage down the field, nowhere to go for Bomar with the football. Leptad continues to hustle, comes away with the sack.
Oklahoma, Wisconsin, Boise State, and BYU, the only other 4 teams outside of Kansas with better winning streaks at home right now on the road. Kansas trying to make it 12 in a row.
I don't think Coach Mangino said parents. I think he said family members.
There you go.
I just embellished it a little bit.
Bomar over the middle, and it's incomplete. Nearly intercepted. And a fine play defensively for Kansas as Thornton was there, the safety. Let's take a look at some of the scores around the Big 12. Louisville, of course, beat Kansas State the other night. Also, Colorado, a huge win in overtime at home. It was UConn over Baylor last night, 31-28. Missouri 42-21 over Buffalo. Miami rolls over Texas A&M, and as we speak, Texas on top of Rice. Texas Tech against UMass, UNLV, and Iowa State. Miami at A&M. Boy, the Texas A&M crew is just trying to figure out a way to score points, averaging just 21 points and 270 yards per game. Rice at Texas. They have defeated Rice 37 of the last 38 times. And of course, Texas was off last week because of Hurricane Ike. They've rescheduled against Arkansas. UMass at Texas Tech. Texas Tech, the Red Raiders, they put it all over the place. They have won 10 non-conference games in the top 10 for the first time since October of 05. And Iowa State at UNLV. Iowa State's defense, how about this? They lead the nation with 12 turnovers forced.
Doing a much better job up there, and you know that was going to happen sooner than later. Coach Gene Chizik, he's just trying to find a win on the road right now.
Kansas Jayhawks, first 4 scoring drives, an average of 45 seconds. The last 2, but running the ball a little bit more, 5:27.
Yeah, but that just shows what Todd Reesing can do, and also with this wide receiver, this group of wide receivers, they've stepped up so well this year in terms of catching the ball and running after the catch. They can make a big play at a blink of an eye.
If they hold on and win this game, Mark Mangino, just the 4th coach in Kansas history to win 40 games as the KU head coach. And it looks like they will as they pick up a first down. It's Sharp, Jake Sharp, with the first down for KU.
And believe it or not, people ask about these reps, are they important? They really are important. It gives some confidence to your offensive line, and you want to eventually develop that running game attitude.
Tyler Lawrence is in at QB. Reesing is done. In right now, started all 3 games. He had 21 carries and 62 yards on the season. Just over 3 minutes to play here in Lawrence, Kansas. Down to 5 on the play clock. Handoff. Just keep that clock running. Jake Sharp, the running back. He is 5'10", 190 pounds, a junior out of Salina, Kansas.
You're trying to pound the run, and Jake Sharp getting a few yards. Nothing there in that zone block right now. Good job of defensive line kind of slanting to the play.
FCS final score coming up later tonight. Todd Reesing, 23 of 38, 356 yards. Rhett Bomar, 26 of 46. Bomar with 340 yards, 3 INTs, and you know, you can't turn the ball over against a very good offense and a team like KU.
Especially with Todd Reesing on the team, it's so difficult.
And 2 of those scores led to, or 2 of those interceptions led to scores.
And then you have to look at this wide receiving crew, and of course Dexton Fields isn't even playing tonight, but you have Fields, you have Wilson, you've got Patterson, you got Meyer, you got Briscoe, Brown, so many weapons now on the outside.
Kerry Meyer, 8 catches tonight, 136 yards. Desmond Briscoe, 5 catches, 124. Pendleton, 3 catches for 26 yards. Brown, 2 catches for 8. There's a catch made by Raymond Brown, so he picks up his 3rd catch. Quigley out of the backfield with a couple of catches. You also had Jonathan Wilson and Jack Crawford and Patterson all catching.
And what that does with so many weapons like this now, when you're in a spread, it's going to force defenses now to have to play man-to-man because all these receivers can catch the ball and make a big play. So now it just spreads the defense out from sideline to sideline. Your chances of hitting a big play are that much easier.
Don't forget about the Paradise Jam sweepstakes. Find out more at foxcollegesports.com. Sharp up the middle. Well, how about this? Here's a milestone for KU. They've held their opponent to less than 200 yards rushing in 31 consecutive games. And now, and this is non-conference, 30-plus points in 19 of the last 29 non-conference games under Mark Mangino.
Yeah, better job in the second half. Of course, here the Bearcats got behind, so they had to throw the football, but better job for the defense in terms of stopping the run. First half, still some question marks. I think Clint Bowen wasn't too happy, defensive coordinator.
They'll tuck it under. Good job by the offensive line, and 43 seconds left.
Yeah, Jeff Spikes that time. Freshman tackle doing a good job. Watch him at the point of attack. Good job working with his guard. Good hat placement. Now get to the second level. Sustain. It's improvement. Takes some time. It's a different level. Getting used to this game speed from high school.
KU will take a knee, and this should do it. That's going to do it. Hard-fought win for Kansas. I'm sure much harder than they thought, 38-14.
The Bearcats came out tough. And we talked about it was an incredible journey for this team, but they came out in the first half and they played this Kansas team tough. I know Coach Mangino's not going to be happy. He likes the victory, but there was too many mistakes for his team if they want to have a chance in the Big 12 this year.
So Mark Mangino and the Jayhawks pick up their 3rd win of the season. Our final tonight, 38-14, here on Fox College Sports. One final timeout. We'll wrap it up in a moment. (38-14), Kansas, number 19 in the country. They pick up their third win of the season. They defeat Sam Houston State by the score of 38-14, and the happy home crowd leaving Memorial Stadium here in Lawrence, Kansas. Richard Baldinger, Dan McLaughlin back with you. And I think if you looked at it, you know, most people on paper said, okay, Kansas, they should come in and just blow away Sam Houston State. For the most part, that didn't happen. In a pretty competitive game.
It was a very competitive game. I thought in the first half, Bearcats defense won the battle in the trenches, and that's where it all starts. They did a good job, defensive line. But you know what? How about Todd Reesing? When you need a big play made, when you need to change the energy of the game, that's the guy who's going to get it done for you.
Well, let's take a look at some of his highlights, and Todd Reesing was outstanding tonight. His final numbers through the air for Todd Reesing: 23 of 38, no interceptions, 356 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no doubt about it, Richard, at times he was creative. How about this play?
Oh, very creative. And you know, the one thing, again, talking about his eyes down the field, that's the difference. Not looking just to scramble this year, but trying to make a play. But him and Desmond, Briscoe, Meyer, that whole receiving core now, I'll tell you what, every defensive coordinator that's going to look at this film is going to say, which guy do we cover? Well, you better start with number 5, because if you cover everybody downfield, he's going to run with the football.
There's Todd Reesing just making every play that Kansas needed here tonight. That one fell just short, and some young fans wearing number 5 jerseys, of course, for Todd Reesing. Now on the other side, Bomar for Sam Houston State. Now Kansas had seen him before when he was with Oklahoma, and for the most part he didn't disappoint tonight. Now he did have 3 picks. 2 of the 3 were his fault. 1 was off the fingertips of a wide receiver.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he battled, and he made the throws when he had to. He had a couple overthrows, a couple interceptions. But this is a tough place to play when you come here to Kansas. A tough defense. They came out and did some good things. They ran some ball well. But when you fall behind in the defense against anybody, they start bringing that pressure from everywhere. It's very difficult to sit back there and throw.
For KU, things now really change. October 4th is when they get into Big 12 conference play. Everything is elevated. You're talking about better players, the quickness, the speed, and they need to be ready. Iowa State is coming up.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, KU is not going to be happy with this game tonight. I know that they won, but you know what? They have to bring a better energy in the first half if they want to have some success. They started off this game slow, and you know when you play a team like Missouri this year, you play a Texas Tech or an Oklahoma, it can be real ugly. So they need to get a better balance in terms of getting that running game going, getting the offense going, clicking sooner.
And I would think, Richard, one of the things that Mark Mangino wants to really improve upon, you just touched upon it, is the fact that they need to run the football a little bit better. They know they can throw. They've got very good wide receivers, obviously a great quarterback. Can the offensive line gel to run the football? And who's going to be the main guy to do that?
Well, I think Quigley right now looks like the guy who's hitting the hole the best. He seems the most comfort level. But, you know, it's going to start on outside with those tackles. Spikes, the left, you know, freshman left tackle. Got to improve. Got to do a better job in terms of hat placement, understanding the play, where he needs to go. But they need to get a better consistency. Right now, what I'm seeing right now is guys are hesitant up front, not working well together. And if you're hesitant when you're zone blocking, bad things are going to happen. And that's what happened right now against the Bearcats. So you're going to go out and play Iowa State here in a couple weeks. Gene Chizik and that defense is playing much better. They need to get some things going here soon.
And Gene Chizik is known for defense. That's one thing that when he got to Iowa State that they talked about. He's a guy that's a defensive specialist.
Oh, he is a defensive specialist. He's going to do some good things. And as we talk about defense on the other side of the ball for KU, you know, they've got 2 freshmen playing cornerback. So they're going to have to do some good things on the outside. And they got to do other things in terms of getting better pressure on the quarterback. Can't sit back there. Can't blitz linebackers all the time. Front 4 are going to have to continue the work, because I'll tell you what, you play a zone, any quarterback's going to be able to pick you apart.
Another factor in this game was defense for KU. For the most part, pretty good.
It was pretty good tonight again, but I think that, again, if you look at the one area where they still need to improve, pressure up front. I don't see the best things in them in terms of running stunts to get sacks. They're going to have to improve on that if they want to have some success in terms of getting a quarterback.
All right, a good game for KU as they win here at home on Fox College Sports here at Memorial Stadium. Another sold-out crowd. It was the 4th largest in school history. So they're packing them in. Mark Mangino turning this program around. Of course, they were outstanding a year ago, nationally ranked again in 2008. The final from Memorial Stadium in Lawrence, Kansas. The Kansas Jayhawks, number 19 in the country. They put up 38 points. They beat Sam Houston State by the score of 38-14. This has been a presentation of Fox College Sports. So long from Lawrence, Kansas.